People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Two teams, 5 miles and 48 minutes from state. Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football, presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country WGLR, WGLR.com, the 97.7 Country WGLR mobile app, and the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack, Auction and Realty, and McNett Electric. From Mansfield Stadium at the campus of Bell Phillips Memorial High School in Madison, this is the Division VII State Semifinal between the Kenosha St. Joseph Catholic Academy Lancers and the number 1 ranked Potosi Cassville Chieftains. The winner tonight takes on Boyceville or Edgar in the Division VII Championship at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison Thursday morning at 10. And if Potosi Cassville get to state, we'll somehow find a parking place somewhere near Camp Randall. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Steve Prestegard along with Matthew Gannon. And tonight we bring you the most pressure-packed game of the entire football playoffs. The state semifinal, of course, because if you win tonight, you get the whole state experience regardless of what happens at state. And if you lose, whatever you've accomplished this season will fall just short of state. Matt, the first thing that comes to mind is that St. Joseph comes into this game with 4 consecutive shutouts, including all 3 in the playoffs. So I guess priority number 1 for the Chieftains is score.
Yeah, and Kenosha St. Joseph, such a strong team offensively. If we take a look at their games in this postseason so far, they opened up the postseason with a 35-0 win over number 8 Kenosha Christian Life. Next week, a 35-0 win under number 4 Cambria Friesland. Next week, they take on the 2 seed, and you think, well, maybe their offense going to slow down a little bit, but no, it picks up. They take down number 2 Johnson Creek, 42-0. Add that all up, that's a lot of points to no points through 3 levels of the playoffs. So if Potosi Cassville wants to stay in this one, besides what they're going to need to do defensively, they need to score the ball.
The thing that's interesting, though, about the Chieftains is that coming into this game, even though they were ranked number 1 in Division 7 at the end of the regular season, I have a hard time believing, well, unless it's Belleville maybe, being an 8th seed, I can't believe that there's been anybody that's had a harder path to get to this point, because the Chieftains beat the 3rd-ranked team, Blackhawk Warren, in the first round. They beat the 9th-ranked team, Cochran Fountain City, in the second round. And then last week they beat 10th-ranked River Ridge. If you put all those teams' records together going into those games, 25-5. And that's a hard road to get to level 4.
Yeah, and the thing with the postseason, too, that's been really interesting for Potosi Cassville is one thing that Coach Seeger pointed out after his game in Level 3. He said he's happy to be done playing Six Rivers opponents this season. You end the season with the conference championship in the 27-18 win over Blackhawk Warren, and then the very next week, you play Blackhawk Warren again, and in Level 3, you play River Ridge again. So they've been playing quality opponents that have seen them before. And you've always heard the old adage, it's tough to beat a team twice in a season. They've done that with 2 conference rivals and 3 very high-ranked teams. So looking at Potosi Cassville, they are very battle-tested in the postseason coming into this one.
Absolutely. Hard to believe that any team would be more battle-tested than that, certainly. On the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. This is not all that we have going on tonight. Big basketball game about maybe 6-7 miles east of here, Arizona and Wisconsin. That is on AM 1590 WPVL. Also in the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, Prairie du Chien and Stratford for a trip to state as well. And so you can tune into that on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. Again, on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. The winner of this game takes on the winner of the other game in Division 7, the other semifinal, which is Boyceville and Edgar. They are playing tonight in Chippewa Falls. We mentioned Prairie du Chien and Stratford. That winner in Division 5 will take on either Northwestern or Wrightstown. They are playing in Rhinelander tonight. In Division 4, Lacrosse Aquinas is playing Racine St. Catharines at Madison La Follette. That's on the other end of Madison. Baldwin Woodville is playing Winneconne at Medford. In Division 6 tonight, Belleville, everybody's favorite, number 8 seed, but they are still playing. They're playing Lemira at Oconomowoc. Grantsburg is playing Bonduel at Stanley Boyd. Seems to me I was just at Stanley Boyd. And then tomorrow, the 8-player championship, Owen Withey is playing Lena St. Thomas Aquinas at Wisconsin Rapids. That is tomorrow afternoon. We have one other game, of course, going on tomorrow, and that is in Illinois. Galena, 12th seed, but they're one of the last 8 in Class 1A. They're playing at Leroy, and we'll have that for you at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon on Super Hits 106.
Yeah, really getting down into the postseason now. A lot of the sports are over, really just left with football here. And there's a lot of exciting matchups on the slate tonight, as you mentioned, on the Shoebox scoreboard. And the thing that I think is particularly interesting in this one and then at the other one on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, Stratford and Prairie du Chien, is that it's really a battle of heavyweights. Teams that you would have expected to make it to this point, and teams that are very, very good for some of the same reasons and some different reasons. So as we talked about on the high school football roundup, something has to give. Something has to go one way for a team and not go one way for another to make the difference. It's going to be the little things in these games tonight.
Definitely. Tonight's game is brought to you by Claire Bank, with their 8 locations, convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Pages and Parcels is now open at 101 North Main Street in Potosi. You might know it as the old Bruner's store. This is your new spot for books, unique gifts, and quick pack and ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. Havey's Bar in Tennyson proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team and congratulates them on a great season. Havey's Bar wishes all area student athletes good luck and success this year. Havey's, where good friends gather after the game. Skyline Homes proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team and the River Ridge Timberwolves, and congratulates them both on a great season. The team at Skyline wishes all the area student athletes good luck and success this year. Our game also brought to you by Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See your inventory and employment opportunities at ritchiesinc.com. Our game also tonight brought to you by Tandem Tire in Potosi. Don Hirsch and the Tandem team keep the heartland on the move. For tires and service, call on Tandem Tire of Potosi. Haverland Heating and Cooling in Hazel Green is your local Carrier dealer with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haverland, Haverland Heating and Cooling. Gerard Abing of Remax Advantage in Platteville, proud sponsor of all of our area student high school athletes. Whether you're selling a home or buying your new dream home, give Gerard a call today, 608-732-3000. Pine Point Lodge, Potosi. Get away and enjoy the beauty of Southwest Wisconsin and rent a fully furnished cabin for a night, a week, or even a month. Pine Point Lodge accommodates large groups and small, relaxing escapes. Visit PinePointLodgePotosi.com. Holiday Gardens is hosting a wonderful community event on Wednesday, November 27th, the night before Thanksgiving. Enjoy a chicken dinner from 4:30 to 6:30. Stay for fun with trivia. All proceeds go to local charities. Ellen Equipment. Call Trevor Ellen at Ellen Equipment, Elmdale Road in Potosi for buying or selling any and all ag implements. Ellen Equipment, Elmdale Road in Potosi. Southwest Health is creating a healthier Southwest Wisconsin with family medicine and specialty services available at their clinic in Platteville and clinics in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Southwest Health offers expert care close to home. To learn more, visit southwesthealth.org. We're also brought to you by Phil's Transmission. Stop in and see Lonnie, your local transmission specialist at Phil's Transmission in Potosi. Worco Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Visit worcotransportation.com. Worco Transportation, Bloomington. Backroads Adventures congratulates the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season and wishes all area student athletes good luck this season. Backroads Adventures in Tennyson, providing UTV rentals in Grant County. Bumper to Bumper in Lancaster, Boscobel, and Muscadet, making hydraulic hoses and donating 25 cents from each Wix filter purchase to the local FFA. Find your parts on their website or Facebook or stop in. We're also brought to you by Frederick Excavating. Put Jason Frederick and the crew to work for you on your next excavation or demolition project. Frederick Excavating in Potosi. Moon's Town Pump of Cassville would like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. Moon's Town Pump, serving the little river town of Cassville with their elevated pub food and beverages. Royal Bank is your community partner. To learn more about personal, business, and agriculture services, stop by one of their local branches or visit royalbank-usa.com. Royal Bank, your truly local community partner. Our game is also brought to you by The Spot in Cassville, located near the boat ramp by Riverside Park, now serving a pancake breakfast special every Saturday, 8 until noon. The Spot in Cassville. Mention this ad for a free coffee or fountain beverage with purchase. Driftless Coffee Company in Cassville would like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. They remind you to explore Cassville for the holidays. Driftless Coffee Company in Cassville. And we are brought to you by Southwest Tech in Fenimore. Apply now for spring 2025. The staff helps individuals establish a student success plan to make sure all students succeed. Visit swtc.edu/apply. Southwest Tech, education as unique as you. And after this break, we will bring you the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
Don't forget the cheese.
And we're back in 60 seconds on 97.7 Country WGLR. on 97.7 Country WGLR. State semifinal, Potosi, Cassville, and Kenosha, St. Joseph, and we are joined by Potosi, Cassville coach Mark Siegert. It's been a rough road for you, but here you are. This is the hardest game, isn't it, because of the stakes of winning and then what doesn't happen if you lose.
Yeah, I mean, this is a awesome environment. It has been a tough road, but I think that's a good thing for us. I mean, we've probably one of the only few teams in the state that have played a couple level 3 games already.
Yeah.
So we've been pretty battle tested, and our kids are excited.
In fact, I figured out that I'm pretty sure you're the only team that played 3 top 10 teams, and the record of the teams you played coming into those games was 25-5. And I can't believe there's any other team out there that's played that difficult a stretch.
Yeah, I didn't even do that, so that's some good research on your part. But that's we've been through the ringer, and whether it's even week 9, that conference championship game. So that was. So it's been 3 out of the last 4 weeks where we've been having to have our absolute A game, and that's not taking away anything from even CFC. You can't afford any kind of hiccup in a level 2 game either. So I mean, we have to be on our A game, and there's no different than tonight.
Yeah, let's talk about your win over River Ridge last week. Typical 6 Rivers game, of course, and the thing that really stood out is the number of turnovers that you were able to generate from Ridge.
Yeah, I mean, we really preach creating turnovers, and one of the biggest ways we create turnovers is hitting people hard. So I think something has to do with that, and plus good positioning, in the secondary, that's another thing. So it's all part of the game, and we try to teach that and rep some of that stuff, but a lot of it comes down to just relentless effort on the kids' part and being at the right place at the right time and never giving up on a play. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's going to take from here on.
Okay, and it is Kenosha St. Joseph. What stands out about them, obviously, 4 shutouts in a row, going back to their last regular season game. What about the Lancers is a challenge, and what do you feel like are the DeBur Enterprises' keys to the game?
Well, you get to this level, everything's going to be a challenge. There is not going to be that weak spot on the field that you can kind of attack. They don't really have any of those, and I'm thinking that we don't have any of those either. So as far as keys to the game, though, we just talked about turnovers. That's a big deal, right? We can't put the ball on the ground, and we can't just give up easy turnovers. It's got to be something that is earned. We can't just give this thing away. So turnovers are going to be key. Field position's a big deal. Establishing a dominant run game, and being able to play physical up front. So I really I really take a lot of pride in what we do up front, and our kids really buy into that, and they take a lot of pride into that. So I think if we can control the line of scrimmage and do all those other things, then that's a good thing for us.
Is this one of those games where you feel like getting the lead is important? I mean, you've managed to do it without that, obviously, in past games, but is it important to get the lead and be able to play everything you want to do and maybe take some things away from the other team because they look up and they're behind?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get behind. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, so getting off to a fast start is always important in any game. But you'll get a good feel. I always say this. You'll get a good feel for what this game's going to be like in the first, couple possessions. If you're going to be able to hang with people, or what kind of game it's going to be. You're going to see it offensively and defensively. What kind of a pushback people have. So, anyway.
Okay, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Mark Siegert, the Potosi Cassville coach, back with more after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR. Raleigh Cheese pregame show on 97.7 Country WGLR. State semifinal football, Kenosha, St. Joseph, and Potosi, Cassville. And we're joined by Kenosha St. Joseph coach Matthew Rizzo. Thanks for joining us. This is the big game, obviously. You win this one, you get to state. How ready do you guys feel?
We feel ready. We know that Potosi, Cassville is going to be a formidable opponent, but our boys are ready. We're really excited to be and have this opportunity and be in this game. We know what's at stake, so do they. So we're looking forward to a good game.
And you've had the last couple of years. Last year you were undefeated, but then got knocked off by a team from our area, Lancaster. A year before, you got through another level and then got beat by Darlington. So you've got a little bit of familiarity with Southwest Wisconsin football, right?
Absolutely. A couple of those conferences in that area of the state are some of the most respectable conferences. Darlington, Lancaster, Cuba City, those to name a few that we've been able to face. Some of the best football teams we've played. Obviously, we know that the brand of football, the size of kids that come from that area of the state are very good and well coached and come from really good programs.
Okay. The thing that stands out about you guys, obviously, is 4 shutouts in a row, including all of your postseason games. What are you doing on defense to shut teams down like that?
Really just guys buying in and understand the scheme. Our defense staff and our defense coordinator, Coach Kenosha, does a great job game planning. I think we're just hitting on the right cylinders right now, and really it's just the evolution of really the process for those guys and understanding what's happening, the game slowing down a little bit for them. And they're really just buying into what we're calling in our schemes and assignment and alignment football, something that's really well and needed at this point in time in the season, and our boys are performing really well.
Okay, so now it's Potosi, Cassville. They're undefeated. Should have gotten a number 1 seed, didn't, but here they are. So what about the Chieftains? Is going to be a challenge for you, and what do you feel are the DeBur Enterprises' keys to the game?
Very well coached, very disciplined, very physical. Probably have the size advantage against us pretty much across the board. They're a really good running football team, very disciplined. They kind of are mirror us in our just how we execute, how we call the game, and they're just kind of let the game come to them and not really do too much other than just play their game. But they're very physical up front. Their defense is stout. They look really good on film. They have some explosive opportunities on offense, but keys to the game would be slow down the run game, obviously, and be balanced and understand our alignment assignment and execute those to the best of our ability.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthew Rizzo, the Kenosha St. Joseph coach. We will be back with Potosi, Cassville, and Kenosha St. Joseph after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR. Test. Our first downs tonight presented by First Supply of Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. Our touchdowns presented by Northland Buildings. For a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland, contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post frame buildings. The scrapper of the game at the end of the ball game presented by West End Salvage in Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz of the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste to West End Salvage in Lancaster. Our game presented by Hausers Auto Repair in Potosi, locally owned and operated, covering all your auto repair needs. Visit Hausers Auto Repair in Potosi. With over 125 years of experience serving our customers' needs, Benton State Bank and its branches, the Schulzberg Community Bank, and Tennyson Potosi Community Bank have built a reputation of putting the customer and community first. Cassville BP Convenience Store would like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season and to remind you to shop local this holiday season. Cassville BP Convenience Store. And we're also brought to you by Cruising Kids and Walkers in Lancaster. They would like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. They remind you to shop local this holiday season also. Cruising Kids and Walkers clothing on the square in Lancaster. Well, we'll get to the People's State Bank coin toss when they have it, of course. Our pregame keys to the game were presented by DeBurr Enterprises in Lancaster. Landscaping is key to better curb appeal for your home or business. Our injury report brought to you by Russell Law Offices. If you've been injured, contact Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Kenosha St. Joseph has been playing without a two-way starter since about week 4 of the season, and he's obviously not going to play tonight. Potosi Cassville says everybody's ready to go, which is good because there's no tomorrow after today, obviously. The colors of the game presented by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental, 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Chieftains, well, as the People's State Bank coin toss is about to take place here, the Chieftains are wearing their usual black home jerseys. They're the home team tonight with white numbers and a little bit of burgundy and green trim, gold helmets. And Kenosha St. Joseph, which is the visiting team on the scoreboard, white jerseys, blue numbers on them, blue helmets, and gold pants. So it kind of looked like the 1980 San Diego Chargers, minus the lightning bolts on the side. Our exclusive turf and weather report is brought to you by Dewey's Tire Repair for all your farm, auto, and truck tire sales and service needs. The best place to take a leak, Dewey's Tire Repair in Platteville. And let's see what the phone says. When we got here, it's 51 degrees. And it has dropped all the way to, it's dropped to 43 degrees. But a pretty nice night. In fact, the NBC 15 meteorologist who is here, because NBC 15 Sports is here, was talking about what a nice night it is. 44 degrees, and it will drop to around 40 tonight. The wind does not look like it's going to be very much of a factor out of the southwest at 2 miles an hour. That's like no factor at all, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, pretty comfortable weather here for level 4 and getting into late November. Next week might be interesting.
Yeah, especially considering the S word is part of the state forecast, and the S word is not state. It's that, solid precipitation. But that's an issue for next week.
Sure is.
At any rate, we will be back with more from Mansfield Stadium in Madison after these messages. Kenosha St. Joseph and Potosi Cassville for a trip to state on 97.7 Country WGLR. Tonight's game is brought to you by Pizzeria Uno, the Annex and the Back Bar. Southwest Wisconsin's favorite way to celebrate is pizza and drinks at Pizzeria Uno in the Annex in Platteville. Seems like we were just there.
Kind of does.
Yeah, interesting. Also, the Back 9 Golf Simulator in Platteville. You can play Augusta right here at home. Find the Back 9 on Facebook for details. The Back 9 Golf Simulator, Business 151 in Platteville. Epic Construction. See Epic Construction for industrial or commercial building projects. Epic Construction, building quality, building trust, building a difference. And Okies Market in Cassville. Check out Okies, your local Surefine Food Center, where they'll carry out your groceries to Okies Market in Cassville. I have an extra page on my reads, and I don't know why that is. Oh well, printer printed more than it needed to. Tonight's game brought to you by Live Feed Feed Service, Cassville, Platteville, and Potosi. Call on Dan Perry and the gang at Live Feed Feed for your on-the-farm animal nutrition needs. Live Feed Feed Service, Cassville, Platteville, and Potosi. The Meat Shop in Lancaster features premium 2K Angus beef and locally raised Wolf Farms pork. Order your prime rib, ham, or fresh turkey. Perfect for the holidays. Check out their lunch specials Tuesday through Friday. The Meat Shop, located just off the square in Lancaster. Schneidl's Heating and Cooling is your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schneider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Schneidl's Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington, and Platteville. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, when you are ready. We're also brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center better health starts here. Russell Law Offices is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Law Offices. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Mountain City Bank's Total Line of Credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. Our QueenB Radio Sports YouTube page is powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and McNett Electric. Tim Slack Auction Realty has buyers looking for agricultural, commercial, and residential properties. If you have been considering selling, call Tim, Kathy, Chase, and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction Realty, Lancaster, and Fenimore. And McNett Electric extends their wishes to local athletes as they begin the fall tournament playoffs. Chip and his crew can assist with outdoor outlets and cattle water maintenance, as well as other electrical needs. Agricultural, commercial, or residential, call McNett Electric in Belmont. Again, the winner gets Boyceville or Edgar in the state championship game tomorrow. That would be something. State championship game Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning at Camp Randall Stadium. Potosi and Cassville have both been to state previously, but the co-op has not. Of course, the co-op just started not too many years ago, so there's that. Potosi, I should say, actually won the state championship in Division 6 in 1982. They beat Three Lakes 19-8. That was when Alex Hilber was the Cassville coach. And they finished second in 1980, also with Alex Hilber as the coach. They lost to Shell Lake 13-7. And then they have also another pair of second place finishes. One was in 1987. They got beat by Webster 28-15. And one was in 1993 when they lost to Thorpe 29-7. That was when Randy Hatlin was the coach in Cassville. The only trip that Potosi made to state was in 2017. They got beat by Glenwood City 46-21. And Potosi Cassville's been in the playoffs every year that they have been a co-op program, which I think dates back to 2017. Here's an amazing stat, because Potosi and Cassville, Potosi's 21st century's been their century for football, and Cassville's been good for a long time. The last time that Potosi and Cassville did not get in the playoffs, 2003.
Wow. You talk about all those stats, and it just goes to show the expectation that this coaching staff has had in this team for so long and how consistently good they've been. And in such low division football, that's really a challenge, is to maintain success not only year to year, but decade to decade. But that's one thing that we've seen Potosi do, Cassville do, and now as the co-op. A win tonight would punch a ticket to state, and definitely a season that's going to go down in the history books for this program.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Kenosha St. Joseph, they have made 19 playoff appearances. Well, I guess they're experiences also, but 19 playoff appearances since the WIAA and the old WISA merged in 2000. They have one trip to state. That was in 2001. They lost the Division IV title to Edgar 8-0, and they're playing for a rematch, basically, if they win tonight and Edgar beats Birchwood.
Yeah, and Edgar, a team who's also been very successful as of late in Division 7. So really a lot of powerhouses making it. We aren't seeing any dark horse teams like we are in other divisions here in Division 7. So
Belleville?
regardless of who wins these two games in Division 7, it's going to be a special one in Madison next week between some very storied programs.
Absolutely, and the hope is we'll have a team in state. We're brought to you by TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch Cobb in Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch Cobb in Platteville. The referees have been walking by us. We're brought to you also by Timmerman's Talents in Platteville. Call Todd Timmerman to find out how you can save and by going green with solar solutions. Timmerman's Talents of Platteville and Timmerman's Talents LLC.com. Guys Truck and Tractor for heavy-duty towing and recovery, reliable 24-hour roadside service, and long-distance transports. Call on Guys Truck and Tractor in Kieler and at guystruck.com. Also, the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, their guided upland bird and waterfowl hunts with friends and family will create memories that'll last forever. Take your best shot with Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. Also brought to you by Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Krantz Auto Parts, your local hardware, Hank, and Napa dealers. See Rob Krantz and the crew at Krantz Auto Parts for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts in Fenimore. And we're brought to you by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville, where everything is homemade. Open 7 days a week, 7 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. Check out their menu and daily specials on Facebook. Did we see who won the People's State Bank coin toss?
I do not know if we did. So we're going to have to wait and see on that one when these teams come out on the field here in about 14, 15 minutes.
The two teams have left the field to go back. This is once upon a time, there were two football stadiums for high schools in Madison. This was Mansfield was built in 1970 when Madison Memorial, which is right next door, opened. And you can see, based on the paint in the end zones, to the left it says Spartans, that's Madison Memorial, and to the right it says Regents, and that's Madison West. The other stadium used to be Warner Park in Madison. That is where, by the way, the Madison, how can I not?
The Mallards.
Mallards, yes. Man, it's too cold for baseball, that's why. But that's where the Mallards play. That used to be a football field where East and La Follette played. Then they built a stadium at La Follette. Unfortunately, it was about 20 years late for me, but that was where La Follette and East were playing. And then East decided to move to Brees Stevens Field, which is a 1930s vintage field that was completely redone. They play there, and Madison Edgewood plays there when they have to play night games because they can't play at home.
Yeah, this is a very nice stadium here, and as you can see on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, if you're watching us live, brand new turf field. We think this is the second year they've had this field. The track recently redone to the facility. Very, very nice here, and as Coach Siegert mentioned in the pregame, a great atmosphere as the crowd is starting to fill up, and one way we can put the crowd is the Potosi Cassville side is very full. They're bringing a lot of support here to this one tonight and cheering on their football team. So going to be an exciting one and a great atmosphere, great place to play a level 4 game.
And I remember, and I'm trying to think which coach it was. It was, I believe, the Albany Monticello girls basketball coach when they got to state. And they lost to a parochial school. And the coach actually had quite a poignant statement after the game. He said that, Albany and Monticello basically emptied out for that team going to state. And I question if anybody other than, I don't know, maybe a gas station operator or something like that, or the people working at the restaurants are still left in Potosi or Cassville with this. Conversely, that doesn't happen with, there's, if you're a fan of St. Joseph, then you're interested in this. I'm not sure anybody else is in Kenosha. And that's kind of the experience that you get of small public schools versus the same size parochial schools.
Yeah, and that's a really interesting point that you bring up, and specifically talking about those small public schools is the amount of community support they have, rather, and looking at these two communities here, bringing Potosi and Cassville together, as you said. I'm not sure there's many people left in those communities tonight. They always travel very well to support their teams and represent their communities. That's what makes these low division teams so fun to cover, really, throughout the season. One of my favorite places to go personally to watch a football game is Potosi High School.
Yeah.
It's a very special place to play. Coach Siegert does a great job there, and you can see that support now making the way up the 1 hour drive here to Madison for both of these cities to cheer on their team.
And, of course, you get great IT support at Potosi High School also.
You definitely do.
Yes, we're brought to you by DeBoer Enterprises in Lancaster, specializing in landscaping services, including retaining walls, lawn seeding, tree planting, curb edging, and more for your home or business. Check out DeBoer Enterprises on Facebook. Shannon Marie Photography. Learn more at shannmariePhoto.com. Les Mack Chevy and Les Mack Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram and Les Mack Ford, Highway 61 North in Lancaster. Custom order your new vehicle today from Les Mack, where you always get more from Les. The Green Zone, of course, Bytech Resource Management, a greener way, Bytech Resource Management of Monroe. Also, Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont Prairie du Chien, and at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. We're brought to you by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, Lanark, Illinois. Imagine how I know that. And at Sloans.com. We're also brought to you by Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher, Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. And brought to you by WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and WCC-brands.com. Boyceville or Edgar awaits these two teams. Of course, Kenosha St. Joseph a year ago, as was pointed out, they were undefeated until Lancaster came over and left with a 30-20 victory for the Flying Arrows. 2 years ago, the Lancers got to level 3 of the playoffs, but got knocked off by Darlington. Potosi Cassville a year ago, of course, won the Six Rivers, but unfortunately for the Chieftains, the second time against Blackhawk Warren was not a charm. Blackhawk Warren got the shutout win 1 year ago, 36-0 in level 3, and the Warriors, of course, got to state where they got beat by Edgar, which in turn is trying to get back to state this year.
Yeah, something interesting you mentioned there that you talked about with Coach Rizzo on the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show is the experience that this Kenosha St. Joseph team has with teams from Southwest Wisconsin in the postseason. They took on Lancaster last year, as you mentioned, after taking on another opponent from Southwest Wisconsin, and in the year prior, playing 3 SWAL teams in 3 rounds in the playoffs, and now here, taking off Potosi, Cassville. They're really getting a sample of football in Southwest Wisconsin in the postseason in the 2020s.
And you have to think that one thing they're really going to get a sample tonight of is how physical the Six Rivers is.
Right, something that you don't necessarily see as much in the SWAL and SWC in comparison specifically to the Six Rivers is how important that play up front is. That's something you see with all of the Six Rivers teams, is how physically dominant they try and be throughout the game, and that's something that we saw with Potosi Cassville in a couple of their games, and how they've tried to control those games with their rushing attack. One game in particular is that level 1 matchup against Blackhawk Warren, a 7-6 game. That one was very close. And looking at Kenosha St. Joseph, they have not had very many low-scoring games this year. The only low-scoring game they have is their loss to Racine St. Catherine's Week 2, where they only put up 7 points, but they've put up as many as 64 points in a game this year. So you're really going to see a clash of styles here. A team that likes to control the game, control the clock, play slow, and play up front, and a team that likes to be explosive on offense and run up the score.
Indeed. And tonight's game is brought to you by Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles, our turnover sponsor. Get the smile you want and the health you deserve. Learn more at lancdent.com. Subs.com. Fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products from a locally owned company. Visit their Fenimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations and subs.com. People's State Bank for for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Pink's Automotive in Lancaster, our penalty sponsor. Pink's Automotive in Lancaster and Goodies Garage in Platteville. They have the certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. Our game tonight also brought to you by Donnie's Tire and Auto. Call the only hooker in town for 24-hour towing service, 568-3014. 568-3014, your home for excellent car care is Donnie's Tire and Auto in Dickeyville. And catch the Papa Murphys of Platteville and Prairie du Chien High School football roundup. Our team recaps and previews the games in our area. Catch the teams of the week, players of the week, and Steve's High Five. Episodes drop every Thursday during the season on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube and SoundCloud channels. I guess we might have to have that a day early this week, especially if we have a team at state, because otherwise they'll watch the roundup and the game could be all over.
Yeah, exactly. Playing that early game too on Thursday morning in Division 7.
Yeah, when the sun is shining in your eyes in the press box. Although I think that's not possibly going to be a problem.
Depends on the weather situation, which could get a little tricky come next week. So I think at this point, we just got to hope for the best on that front.
Well, as long as, the equipment doesn't get wet getting into the stadium, that's the big thing, obviously. As far as this matchup goes, and we mentioned that St. Joseph's has been to state once. They have a level 4 trip also in their history. An interesting fact, if Potosi Cassville is able to win, they will be returning to state, or in this case, actually, they will be going to state for the first time as a co-op team. But interestingly, they will be picking up the Six Rivers Conference banner, basically. And the Six Rivers Conference has been to state a lot. Mm-hmm. Of course, in 2013, Blackhawk won state. In 2016, Schulzberg got to state. Before that, of course, Potosi got to state in 2012. And again, Schulzberg in 2016 got to state. And then in 17, 18, and 19, Blackhawk got to state in 17 and 18. They lost in 17, won in 18, and then Blackhawk Warren won state in 2019, and then last year in 2023, of course, Blackhawk Warren got to state. That's a lot for one conference to keep showing up at state.
Yeah, and we talked about this already, just how truly good this Six Rivers is, and this is going to be only the fourth time this year, including the postseason, that Potosi Cassville's not playing a Six Rivers opponent. Something kind of interesting in how much they've been seeing these teams and how far they've been going in the postseason. So as you said, just goes to show how deep that league truly is.
I'm going to take a stab at this as to who won the coin toss, which means I'll probably be proven wrong, but we'll tell you the starting lineups, which are presented by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster and Richland Center and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Potosi Cassville, of course, seeded third, ranked first, 12-0, 7-0 in the Six Rivers Conference. Their quarterback, Dawson Weber, a senior. Last week, 1 of 2 for 14 yards, 10 carries for 50 yards, and a touchdown on the year. He has thrown for 1199, 13 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions, and he's rushed for 322 yards and 6 scores. Joe Haas is one of the running backs, 18 carries, 86 yards last week. Isaiah Groom is the other, 19 for 72 and 2 touchdowns. The wingback is Connor Spitzak, who had a 14-yard catch. The wide receiver, Nolan Vogelsberg. Oliver Post is the tight end. The offensive line, left tackle Aiden Uppida, 210-pound senior. Denny Espiritu, 275-pound senior. Kyler Hefty, 215-pound senior. Will Tobin, 225-pound junior. Ryan Stoney, 215-pound senior. We'll get you the rest after the national anthem here at Madison Memorial. National anthem here at Mansfield Stadium, which is named for Diney Mansfield, who was a UW coach, I think, in baseball, back when UW had a baseball team. Those are the good old days. Kenosha St. Joseph, 10-2. Interesting record. They had a 6-1 record, tied for first in the Midwest Classic Small Division. They had a pair of forfeits over teams in their conference, Burlington Catholic Central and Whitefish Bay Dominican. They were able to replace them with non-conference opponents and won both of those games. Also, their defense, as the Chieftains are about to come out.
Looks like this might be their offense too, so
good. See
if you're right on your call there.
Well, the defense, meanwhile, for Kenosha St. Joseph is a 4-3, excuse me. Wyatt Hood, Alex Vasquez, Sincere Williams, and Brian Ortega are the defensive linemen. The linebackers, Devin Brown, Berkeley Kuiper, and Campbell Kuiper. The defensive backs, I spelled it wrong on one side, Kenosha. Also Dominic Rinaldi, Andrew Juarez, and Ivan Porcayo. The guy, I guess, to keep the ball away from is Chris Kenosha. He has 7 interceptions this season. So probably if Dawson Weber's throwing the football, he probably wants to throw away from number 3.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about this Potosi Cassville offense is the different options that they have. In certain games, they've been able to lean on that passing game with Weber, but when that's not working out, they can turn to the run game. They've got Groom and a number of other running backs who are able to carry the load.
And that's helpful. Of course, the thing about their offense, the multiple formation wing T, is that they run it's a standard wing T offense, but it's not just the usual wing T formations, which, split ends over there, wing backs on the opposite side, that sort of thing. They have done everything from power I to 4 wides. And well, I think I'm wrong. Because it looks like they're back to receive. It's all right. The Potosi Cassville coaches are right next to us. And I was kind of taking a little much room here, so we are now ready to go.
And as you mentioned, 48 minutes, that's all that is between these two teams and a trip to Camp Randall next week.
Well, assuming you don't need more than that. Here is the kickoff to begin high school football playoffs on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel at 97.7 Country WGLR, and the kickoff is returned to the 32-yard line.
Kind of a short kick there. Didn't really get much air underneath that one, and a solid return. Pretty solid starting field position for Kenosha St. Joseph.
The quarterback on the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup sees Fuller's for their complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster and Richland Center and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Zach Rizzo, son of the coach, 9 of 13 for 107 and a touchdown, 2 carries, 5 yards, and another touchdown on the ground. And Rizzo pitches out to the right side, or the left side, and a gain of about 1 yard, and that should be Chris Kenosha. Kenosha last week, 161 and a touchdown, plus a 20-yard touchdown catch. The other running back is Campbell Kuiper, 1 carry for 23 last week. Dominic Rinaldi is 1 receiver, 3 for 30, plus a 23-yard touchdown run. Tim Falk, 2 catches, 15 yards is the other receiver. Berkeley Kuiper, 1 catch for 9 is the tight end. Second down, 9 yards to go from the Lancers' 33-yard line. And out of the pistol, here's the handoff, and Kenosha up the middle, and not much for him. And he gets pushed backwards. He'll gain 2 to the 35-yard line.
And as you mentioned, with this run game, one thing that's going to be a challenge all night for Kenosha St. Joseph is right off the bat, they have the disadvantage, and it's the size disadvantage, something that Coach Rizzo talked about in the pregame. Potosi Cassville has some big, strong guys in their defensive front, and it's showing early. Great rush defense.
Third down, 7 yards to go from the Lancers' 35-yard line. They're on the far side hash mark. 2 receivers to the left and 2 in tight to the right. And Rizzo to pass, and Rizzo to run, and Rizzo to go down. Back of the 29-yard line. Rizzo, the very first Subs.com sack. Loss of 6, and punting time for the Lancers.
Yeah, and that one there, you can chalk some of that up to the Potosi Cassville secondary. All of the routes were covered downfield, and there was nowhere for Rizzo to go. That results in a sack and an early punting situation for Kenosha St. Joseph.
Rizzo, the quarterback, is also the punter.
Interesting dynamic that could present in this one.
If you're a close-in kick, that's right. And meanwhile, the punt, and there will be no return. The ball bounces and comes to a stop at the 40-yard line of Potosi Cassville, and that is where the Chieftains will start with 9:35 remaining in quarter number 1, and no score. Chieftains will be moving right to left in quarter number 1. And as mentioned, no wind to speak of. I mean, if it's southwest winds at 2 miles an hour, that's not really wind. And so the Chieftains on the near side hash mark, receiver left, wing back right, and the first carry is Haas around the outside, and Haas is trying to get outside and cannot, and loses a yard back to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 11 coming up.
Great read on that one defensively for Kenosha St. Joseph. Haas kept trying to bounce it and bounce it and bounce it to the outside, and eventually no more space, no more blockers for him, and he's brought down for no gain.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. We're brought to you by Claire Bank. With their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. 2nd and 10 from the 41. And a run up the middle for Groom, and a good 3 or 4 yards. It's spotted at the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, 7 yards to go.
And you expected Potosi Cassville to try and establish the run early, and not a ton of success so far, so now a longer 3rd down situation coming up. Drive number 1 for Potosi Cassville.
We are brought to you by Pages and Parcels, now open at 101 North Main Street in Potosi. You might know it as the old Bruner's store. And we'll finish that thought in a moment here. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Roll out to the left, and still going, and the throw to the right side, pass is caught, and that is a first down to the 44 of Potosi Cassville. Joe Haas makes the catch.
And Dawson Weber, a senior quarterback, and his experience really shows there. There was no open to the left, and even as the pressure's coming, he's able to spin around, roll out to the right, and falling away with a man in coverage, gets the completion, and the receiver does the rest.
As I was saying, Pages and Parcels now open at 101 North Main Street in Potosi, the former Bruner's store. This is your new spot for books, unique gifts, and quick pack and ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. Run up the middle, and a good gain there down to the 37-yard line for Joe Haas.
And just as you expect, you work a little in the pass game, and it's going to help your run game, something that could be big here for Potosi Cassville. They're definitely looking to do.
Havey's Bar in Tennyson proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team and congratulates them on a great season. Havey's Bar wishes all area student athletes good luck and success this year. Havey's, where good friends gather after the game. 2nd and 3 from the 37-yard line. Run up the middle for perhaps a yard down to the 36. And that should be Isaiah Groom in there. And it's 3rd down, 2 yards to go. One thing you notice across the way, perhaps you can see it. You see the down marker is lighted.
A lot of very, very nice technology here in this game, and it's been great so far, the work the Madison Memorial staff has done hosting this one.
And we got in without any trouble with traffic, too.
It's a miracle.
3rd and 3 from the 36. Whistles, and there was movement in the middle of the Potosi Cassville line. So 3rd and 2 becomes 3rd and 7.
And those penalties are critical because, as you said, in a team that likes to run as much as they do, this becomes a much harder decision on what play to run here. Your playbook not as big in this type of situation, so Potosi Cassville likely going to have to draw something else up and see what they can do on 3rd and long.
3rd and 7 back at the Lancers' 41-yard line, and a run up the middle, Groom down to the 36-yard line, and that is, I would say, the play that you run when you know you're going to go for it on 4th down regardless of where, and the 5-yard gain makes it 4th and 2 at the 36.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's the kind of play where you're not necessarily looking to get everything on that one. You're just looking to make your 4th down situation more manageable. In a team with such a strong line, not a bad decision. We'll see if it pays off here.
5:53 left, actually 5:44 now left in the first quarter. 4th and 2 at the Lancers' 36-yard line, and here's a throw up. It's caught for a first down to the 20-yard line.
Fantastic run on that one, and right there able to find a gap, break through that gap, and carry a couple of tacklers with him. That's enough to move the chains, and knocking on the door of the Bitech green zone for the first time tonight is Potosi Cassville.
That was a run, yes, not a pass, but has the same result, just outside the Bitech green zone. 1st and 10 for Potosi Cassville at the 21-yard line. And Prom on the snap, and then Weber takes off around the right side down to the 15 and down all the way near the first down. He's down at about the 12-yard line. I think he got a little bit hung up there, took off, and it turns out to work just fine.
Yeah, but regardless, what could have happened as a result of that play, just about as good as an outcome as Potosi Cassville could have wanted. They've got a 2nd and short situation, so if they can't move the chains, they've still got another 1 or 2 easy opportunities to do so, and now just 13 yards away from the end zone.
2nd down, about 2 yards to go, or maybe a little closer, from the 12-yard line. On the far side, hash mark, receiver out to the right, wing back to the left, 2 running backs, and around the left side goes Haas to the 10 and down to the 7-yard line, and it will be another first down. This time it's 1st and goal.
One thing I like that Joe Haas did there is on one of the first plays of this drive, we saw a situation where the back tried to keep bouncing it to the outside, but at this time a gap opened up for Haas in the middle, and he took that gap, and that was enough for him to move the chains.
Sometimes hesitation doesn't work out for you. Just find the first hole and go for it. 1st and goal for the Chieftains from the 8-yard line, and here's Haas around the right side fighting his way to the 5-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And with the focus that the Kenosha St. Joseph defense is going to have on the Potosi Cassville running game, that's amplified by how short the field is now down inside the 5. So the battle up front right now is really what these plays are coming down to.
3:37 remaining in the first quarter, no score, but the Chieftains deep in the Bitech green zone. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line, and a run up the middle, and stacked up his Groom. Gain of 2 down to the 3, and it's 3rd and goal from there. Excuse me, it's River Sarr carried the football. And it's 3rd down and about a yard to go. Chieftains bring a couple people in. We're brought to you by Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See your inventory and equipment opportunities at richiesinc.com. 3rd and goal from the 3. And going outside is Haas. Haas is in trouble, and Haas goes down and loses yards all the way back to almost the 10-yard line.
And that's another play where the linebackers for Kenosha St. Joseph are making great reads, seeing that run to the outside, getting around the blocks to the outside, and that one a tackle for loss.
4th and goal. This is back at the 10-yard line.
And that kind of the consequence there of Haas trying to keep bouncing it to the outside where there was no space, 7 yards back from where the previous line of scrimmage was in a much, much tougher situation here.
On the far side hash mark, one receiver is out to the left, wing back out to the right, split backs. And Weber rolls to the left and throws to the end zone. Pass is caught, but it's going to be short of the goal line. Stopped at the 1-yard line is Oliver Post.
And what a defensive stand there from Kenosha St. Joseph. A great play we should add from Dawson Weber, where he was able to roll out and find his man downfield, but Post not able to reach that ball out and try and break the plane. And now the Kenosha St. Joseph offense will take up about 1 to 2 feet away from their own end zone.
We're brought to you by Tandem Tire in Potosi. Don Hirsch, and the Tandem team keep the heartland on the move. For tires and service, call on Tandem Tire in Potosi. 1st and 10 for St. Joseph. 1:56 left in the first quarter, and a huge defensive stop. But they're at the 1-yard line, and whistles stop the play, and they're going to be even closer, I think.
Yeah, we'll move that ball back about a half a length of a football here with half the distance to the goal. So now inside the 1-foot line on that false start, the Pinks automotive penalty there, and the tough situation becomes even tougher for the Lancers.
1st and 10 and a half, approximately. Just outside the white painted Spartans end zone. Everybody in tight. The pile moves forward. And a gain of yardage all the way out to about the 7-yard line. And that was Rizzo on a keeper, and they're able to get out of the shadow of their own end zone at least.
You know, that was a really smart decision. Rizzo has over 100 rushing yards in this season, so just give it to your quarterback and create some space for the offense. Now they're going to have more time if they elect to go for a pass play and not have to feel the pressure of being in your own end zone.
2nd and 5 from the St. Joseph 6-yard line. Receivers out each direction. Rizzo under center. Rizzo goes forward again, and the pile looks like it may have gotten him the first down.
Yeah, two very strong runs, back-to-back plays there for Rizzo, and what looked like a tough situation, as you said, 1st and 10 and a half, and now it's 1st and 10 with a lot more breathing room for the Lancers.
After the first supply first down, 58 seconds, and the clock running in the first quarter, no score. And the ball out at the 12-yard line. Receivers go out each direction again. And Rizzo under center. And he's got a wing back and a running back. On 1st and 10, play action pass. He throws to the left side, a diving attempt at a catch, incomplete near midfield. The intended receiver was Rinaldi, and it is 2nd and 10. 27 seconds left first quarter.
And the Potosi Cassville defense is very lucky there because that was a pretty quickly thrown ball, and it didn't look like Jackson Oyen was particularly ready for that one. By the time he turned around to look, the ball was almost there, but it's just a little bit overthrown on that one by Zach Rizzo, and it falls innocently to the ground.
27 seconds left in the first quarter. Receivers out each side. One running back, plus a wing back, and Rizzo again under center. 2nd and 10 from the 12, and Kenosha up the middle to the 15, and trying to get outside and gets to about the 17-yard line. And Kenosha will bring up 3rd down and 5 yards to go, heading into the opposite direction because we are done after a very fast-moving first quarter. Our score, Kenosha St. Joseph, nothing. Potosi Cassville, nothing. Second quarter after these messages. 97.7 Country WGLR. Skyline Homes proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team and the Riverage Timberwolves, and congratulates them both on a great season. The team at Skyline wishes all the area student athletes good luck and success this year. Second quarter, no score, and 3rd and 4 for St. Joseph from their 17-yard line. And back to pass is Rizzo, throws to the right side. Pass is caught right at the first down marker. And on the far side, we'll see if that moves the sticks or not. The pass caught by Seth Boyle. And that is a first down.
Just a textbook hitch route there. The receiver runs to the line to gain, couple steps past, stops, turns around, and the ball right there in his numbers. It's enough to move the chains for the Lancers.
At the 23-yard line after the first supply first down. 7 seconds into quarter number 2. Maybe you can text everybody the score, which doesn't exist yet. Technically, nothing is a score. First and 10 from the 23-yard line. And here is Kenosha tries to get outside and is taken down for a loss. Actually, that is Kenosha. That is Campbell Kuiper. They faked to Kenosha, and then Kuiper went outside, but ends up losing a yard back to the 22. Second and 11. And that was how Potosi Cassville played on their first series of the ball game. Then the Chieftains took it all the way down to the 1, but were unable to get it in. Second down and 11. Back at the 22-yard line. And back to pass is Rizzo. Throws to the right side, and the pass is caught. That'll be a first down up near the 40-yard line. And that's Dominic Rinaldi making the catch. Vogelsberg knocked him out, but it is a first down. The rest of the offense, by the way, for St. Joseph, up front, Alex Vasquez, 240-pound junior. Matthew Storino, 180-pound junior. Mason Barnett, 210-pound senior. Sincere Williams, 250-pound junior. And Brian Ortega, 250-pound senior. First and 10, it's actually shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So that was a 15-yard pass. The pass completed on the left side, first down, and pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Pass is caught by Tim Falk, and that is another first supply first down for St. Joseph at the Potosi Cassville 45.
And Kenosha starting to figure out here something that's working for them on offense. These quick little out routes now in the past couple of plays, and very talented fast receivers able to get significant yards after the catch, and now into Potosi Cassville territory.
Ball's at the Chieftains 46-yard line. First and 10, run around the right side for Kenosha. He gets past one tackler, down the far side to the 40 and out of bounds.
And one thing about Kenosha I was going to bring up right before the end of the first quarter is how strong of a runner is. I saw on that last play of the quarter, River Sarr, the second leading tackler for Potosi Cassville, goes up to make a tackle and takes a big hit from Kenosha. It takes a lot of players to bring Kenosha down when he's got the ball in his arms.
Well, he has 1,214 yards and 15 touchdowns coming into this ball game, so yes. Second and 5 at the 41 of Potosi, the Cassville. The Chieftains defensive line, Oliver Post, Ryan Stoney, Denny Espiritu, and Aiden Uppana up front. Dawson Weber, Kyler Hefty, Isaiah Groom, Nolan Pierce are the linebackers. Defensive backs in a moment. First and 10 from the 41. The throw to the right side is past the intended receiver and incomplete. Rinaldi was the intended receiver.
And you see there that time, Aaron Edge, the defensive back, ready for that one, tracking Rinaldi and then also tracking the ball. And as soon as that gets out, makes a play defensively.
And that brings up third down and 5 yards to go. The defensive backs, Aaron Edge and either Jackson Oyner or Connor Spitzak are the quarterbacks. Nolan Vogelsberg is the safety in the 4-4 of the Chieftains. Haverland Heating and Cooling in Hazel Green, your local Carrier dealer with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haverland Heating and Cooling. Third and 5 from the Potosi Cassville 41. Run up the middle, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he did, and that was Kenosha.
And you know, that's a really interesting decision for me from the Kenosha St. Joseph coaching staff on this drive. The reason you've been able to move the ball is the pass game. If you're looking to move the chains, why fix it if it isn't broken?
And here's your answer. They're going for it on fourth down. That's the kind of play that you run when you know what you're doing on fourth down if you don't get the first down.
And you're right, looks like the offense staying on the field here for Kenosha St. Joseph. So a big one, key play coming up next year.
Coming down to 10 minutes left in the first half. No score, 4th and 5. And play action, throw to the right side, pass caught, and that is a first down to the 35-yard line. And that's Rinaldi, and that is another First Supply first down. That's 4 first downs on this drive for the Lancers.
Which we should say started at the 1-inch line.
That's right. Now 9:37 left in the first half. 2 receivers go out to the right, to the left, 1 receiver to the right, and 1 running back. And here's the handoff to Kenosha up the middle, and Kenosha gets down to the 30, but that's it. Actually, that was no, he actually got stopped at the 35-yard line, so no gain. Second down, 10 yards to go. Coming up, Gerard Abbing of RE/MAX Advantage in Platteville, proud sponsor of all of our area high school athletes. Whether you're selling a home or buying your new dream home, give Gerard a call today, 608-732-3000. Holiday Gardens hosting a wonderful community event Wednesday, November 27th, the night before Thanksgiving. Enjoy a chicken dinner from 4:30 to 6:30 and stay for fun with trivia. All proceeds to local charities. 2nd and 10 from the 35, and a run up the middle, and Kenosha is across the 30 and down to about the 29-yard line.
And you talked about some of the running statistics that Kenosha has in the season, but not only his strength that allows him to be such a strong runner, but that explosiveness. If you're watching us on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, you saw how quick that first step was for him, allowing him to explode through that gap and pick up a very solid 5 yards on that one.
Pine Point Lodge in Potosi, get away and enjoy the beauty of Southwest Wisconsin. Rent a fully furnished cabin for a night, a week, or even a month. Pine Point Lodge accommodates large groups and small relaxing estates. Visit pinepointlodgepotosi.com. 3rd and 4 from the 29. Run around the right side, and this will be short of the first down. Kenosha carries the ball down to about the 26.
Kind of a speed option look on that one. Quarterback taking it. Rizzo pitches it out late, so Kenosha's not able to pick up a ton of yardage, but is 2 yards closer to the line to gain.
And actually, they spotted back at the 28, so only a yard there. It is 4th down and 3 yards to go with 7:20 left in the first half. They need to get to the 25. They're on the far side hash mark. And Rizzo out of the shotgun to pass. Throws to the left side and incomplete. And the Chieftains defense holds.
Yeah, and you had to wonder how many 4th down conversions would Kenosha St. Joseph get? You're going up against probably one of the best defenses that they've seen all year, and throwing that outside pass play after play after play, the defense is going to start to figure it out. And as the drive went on, that's what you saw Potosi Cassville do. They figured out there, and they caused the turnover on downs.
Well, and the other thing is that was not a well-thrown pass either. It looked like it stuck in his hand as it was going out. So the Chieftains get the stop, take over with 7:06 left in the first half and no score. They're at the 28-yard line. And a first down carry around the right side for almost, it looks like a yard for Rivers Saar. And actually 2 yards up to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Nobody has called a timeout yet in this football game. Ellen Equipment called Trevor Ellen at Ellen Equipment, Elmdale Road in Potosi, for buying or selling any and all ag implements. Ellen Equipment, Elmdale Road in Potosi. 2nd and 8 from the 30. Rolling out is Weber. Throws to the right side. Pass is caught to the 40-45. First down. Oliver Post makes the catch.
And you see, that's really an area where Dawson Weber feels like he's comfortable. Those play-action situations, you fake some of the linebackers on the handoff, pull the ball, and he's able to roll out, create some space with his speed, and then find the receivers downfield.
1st and 10 at the 46 yard line after the first supply first down. 6:07 left in the first half and no score. And here is Haas around the left side, turns it upfield and gets to about the 48-yard line for a couple of yards.
And that's something that Coach Seegert has tried to do tonight, is those runs to the outside. And for the most part, there hasn't been much there.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Well, obviously St. Joseph is pretty quick, and that would be part of the reason there.
Trying to make up for that size disadvantage with some athleticism defensively are the Lancers.
Second down and 8 yards to go from the 48-yard line, and a run up the middle across midfield and down to the 47-yard line.
And we talked about earlier in these third down situations, how big can your playbook be? And that run is big because now it's a much more manageable third down situation. So depending on what you're thinking, third down, fourth down position on the field and what you can do, a lot more options here.
Third down at about 3.5 at about the 47-yard line. 4:55 left in the first half. And the run up the middle, and the pile will be right at the first down marker. And Rivers Saar, and the spot at the 44, and it is a first supply first down.
Back-to-back, two very strong runs for Potosi, Cassville, and they're liking what they're seeing from their offense at this point, finding some success on the ground and through the air.
Frederick Excavating. Put Jason Frederick and the crew to work for you on your next excavation or demolition project. Frederick Excavating in Potosi. First down, 10 yards to go, and around the left side for no gain, maybe a yard. And that was Dawson Weber, and he gained, I don't know, maybe a foot. Generously given a yard to the 43. Second down, 9 yards to go as the clock comes down to 4 minutes left in the first half. Two receivers out to the right and two running backs. And a run up the middle, and bursts his way through into the end zone. And it is Rivers Saar rushing up the middle for 43 yards and a Northland Buildings touchdown with 3:43 left in the first half.
And that right there, Steve, the first point that Kenosha St. Joseph has allowed in 35 days.
4 games in a row, including obviously all 3 of their playoff games. They had not given up a point, but now the Chieftains have the lead, and Aaron Edge, 46 of 53 at extra points this year to try the extra point. Dawson Groom is the holder, and the long snapper is Isaiah Groom. Snap, spot, kick, and it is off to the left.
Looks like it might have even been deflected there.
Possibly. They had a guy running in from the right side of the Chieftains kick team, but it is a touchdown. 3:43 remaining in the first half. Potosi Cassville 6, Kenosha St. Joseph nothing on 97.7 Country WGLR. Kickoff is returned to the 31-yard line of Kenosha St. Joseph with 3:36 remaining in the first half. 6-0. That was a scoring drive of 72 yards in 9 plays and 3 minutes and 23 seconds. River Sar burst like a waterfall up the middle for the touchdown of 43 yards, and the Chieftains, after having had one scoring drive, or attempted a scoring drive, end at the 1, punch it in here. Although a 43-yard run is not really punching it in, is it? First down, 10 yards to go. From the 31-yard line, Tennessee comes in motion and gets the handoff around the right side and is going backwards, now cuts it the other way, and now goes down back at the 27-yard line.
You know, I don't know if I've ever seen something like a defensive stiff arm, but Oliver posted on that play as Tennessee tried to throw a stiff arm, got one back from post, and it pushed him back about 4 or 5 yards, and from there kind of stumbled to the ground. Nothing Tennessee could do to recover from that hit from post.
Back at the 27, that was a 4-yard loss. If there was a running back sack, that's what that was. Second down and 14 as we had 2:54 remaining in the first half. 2 receivers out to the left and 1 to the right, plus a slot receiver to the right side. Low snap, throw to the left side, and the pass is caught up to the 35 and to the 40, and that's going to be a first down on the catch by Tennessee. They split him out that time, and that ends up being 14 yards and a first down. And 2:23 remaining in the first half. 14-yard gain and a first supply first down. And clock is running. They're being kind of...
Looks like he is short by a yard here.
Oh, they are? Okay, that's what you were trying to signal me. I get it now. So it's third down and a yard to go at the 40-yard line. Guys stacked up on the right side, and the run up the middle, and that looks to be, well, it's right at the yard line marker.
I think he might be about a half yard short on there. That Potosi defensive line just jumping on that one right as the ball is snapped, and it looks like it's going to be a gain of 0 yards on the play.
And it's fourth down, a yard to go with 1:30 left in the first half, and the I don't know if you go for it here.
Now, as you did mention earlier, your quarterback is your punter, so maybe we see a pooch kick kind of situation with no one back to return for Potosi Cassville. But I would also be surprised if Kenosha St. Joseph elects to go for it. They'd be giving Potosi Cassville really good field position.
Yeah, exactly. Fourth and a yard to go, and now a whistle. And it looks like they are going to think about it.
As they probably should.
Fourth down and a yard to go with 1:05 left in the first half. And Potosi Cassville leading 6-0. And today's game brought to you by Southwest Health. They are creating a healthier Southwest Wisconsin with family medicine and specialty clinics available at their clinic in Platteville and clinics in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Southwest Health offers expert care close to home. To learn more, visit southwesthealth.org. Phil's Transmission, stop in and see Lonnie, your local transmission specialist at Phil's Transmission in Potosi. Worco Transportation, for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway, visit worcotransportation.com. Worco Transportation, Bloomington. Backroads Adventures congratulates the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. They wish all area student athletes good luck this season. Backroads Adventures in Tennyson, providing UTV rentals in Grant County. Bumper to bumper in Lancaster. Yeah, better hold off on that one. Fourth down and a yard to go at the Kenosha St. Joseph 41-yard line. Are they going to go for it or not here? And they pooch putt it. And that ball, where did that ball go?
The quarterback punter punted it into his offensive lineman, and it looks like Potosi fell on it. Disastrous for the Lancers on that one, Steve.
That is a punt of 0 yards. That is literally a 0-yard punt. And so the Chieftains take over at the 39-yard line. Let me correct myself. They lost 2 yards on the punt. 54 seconds left in the first half. Potosi Cassville leading 6-0. Back to passes Weber. Throws it deep. He's got it in! And he's got a touchdown!
What a 1-2 punch that is there after the negative 2-yard punt. Post was wide open down the middle. Gave plenty of space. Oh, that Spitzak, we should say, that brought that one in. What a reception that was, and what a find it was for Weber. And with just 45 seconds left until halftime, how much momentum and how much comfort that gives Potosi Cassville. A little extra gap there in the score.
Connor Spitzak, the 39-yard touchdown catch. It is a Northland Buildings touchdown. And now they will go for 2, I believe. 45 seconds left in the first half. That is quite the change of momentum right there. They went for the pooch punt, and it blew up in their face, a 2-yard loss, and then the Chieftains smelled blood and get 6.
And that's what you do with a well-coached team like Potosi Cassville. They're ready for those situations, and they took advantage.
And so now they're, I conclude from this that they're going for 2, although there has not been I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
Looks like they're calling an unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
No, who's it on?
The signal is that it's on Potosi.
And Mark Siegert wants an explanation for this. Well, while he seeks that, we'll tell you we're brought to you by Bumper to Bumper in Lancaster, Boscobel, and Muscatine, making hydraulic hoses and donating 25 cents from each Wix filter purchase to the local FFA. Find your parts on their website or Facebook or stop in. So the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. It is unsportsmanlike on Potosi Cassville. So they will go for 2 to try to extend their lead after they missed extra point. And Weber rolls to the right, and the pass is tipped and incomplete. And so the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club attempt does not work, but it is Potosi Cassville 12, Kenosha St. Joseph nothing, with 45 seconds left in the first half. That's not much of a scoring drive, just one play, 39 yards.
Helps when you're set up with a negative yardage punt.
Yeah, Spitzak making the catch. And we're brought to you by Moon's Town Pump in Cassville. They'd like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. Moon's Town Pump, serving the Little River town of Cassville with their elevated pub food and beverages. Royal Bank is your community partner. Learn more about personal business and agriculture services. Stop by one of their local branches or visit royalbank-usa.com. Royal Bank, your truly local community bank. So the kickoff will be from the 25, and the spot in Cassville located near the boat ramp by Riverside Park, now serving pancake breakfast special every Saturday 8 to noon. The spot in Cassville. Mention this ad for a free coffee or fountain beverage with purchase. Well, I'd go, but I have to go a different direction tomorrow. I mean, it's not exactly where I'm going is not exactly, Cassville is not exactly on the way, so some other Saturday. So the kickoff will be from the 35-yard line. St. Joseph's has 2 timeouts left. And so you hope to just crush this kickoff And it is bounced and fielded at the 40 and up to about the 47-yard line and pushed back. 47-yard line of Kenosha St. Joseph with 36 seconds remaining in the first half. Connor Spitzak, who just got the touchdown, gets the tackle there. So it's actually just shy of the 48-yard line, which is what we will call it here. 36 seconds left of the first half. Chieftains with a nice scoring drive and then a one-play scoring drive. And the defense has been the team pitching the shutout so far. Receivers left and right. Rizzo out of the pistol, goes back to pass, throws over the middle, and a diving attempt, and the pass is broken up. Rinaldi was the intended receiver, 2nd and 10 at the 48.
And that one, just the coverage so tight on that one, and he had to dive to go for that one already, so not a lot of room for error, and the pressure causes Rinaldi to drop that one.
Southwest Tech and Fenimore apply now for spring. The staff helps individuals establish a student success plan to make sure all students succeed. Visit swtc.edu/apply. Southwest Tech, education as unique as you. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Rizzo over the middle, and that is almost picked off at the 40-yard line. Rinaldi again the intended receiver. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and it looked like the same concept on that route that Rizzo ran right across the middle on that in, but that one came out just a little hot from Rizzo's arm and too strong. Lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Driftless Coffee Company in Cassville would like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season, and they remind you to explore Cassville for the holidays. Driftless Coffee Company in Cassville. 3rd and 10 from the Lancers' 47-yard line. Back to pass is Rizzo. Throws it to the left side. Pass caught by Kenosha, and Kenosha gets past tacklers and gets inside the 35 and is down to the 33-yard line. So that's a first down.
And he gets out of bounds,
which stops the clock with 21 seconds left of the first half. Chieftains will get the football to start the second half, it should be pointed out. We're brought to you by First Supply of Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply of Platteville. 1st and 10 for the Lancers from the Chieftains' 33-yard line. Near side hash mark near the, I think that's the Madison Memorial logo. Throw to the right side, and the pass is incomplete at the 27-yard line. Rinaldi was the intended receiver, 2nd and 10. One thing we can certainly say about the Chieftains, or about St. Joseph, is they're able to move the ball through the air, except they've been throwing a lot of incompletions. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Although with 17 seconds left, all you need is one to the end zone. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Back to pass is Rizzo, and he throws it deep to the right side. Got a receiver and it tipped away at the last second.
Looks like it bounced off of his pads. You couldn't have asked for a much better thrown ball on that play. Just unlucky there for Kenosha St. Joseph.
3rd down and 10 yards to go with 12 seconds left in the first half. Northland Buildings, for a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland. Contact Joe Wright, your local expert in quality Northland post frame buildings. And it is 3rd and 10 from the 33 of Potosi Cassville. 2 receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. 1 running back next to Rizzo, who goes back to pass and has time, throws to the right side. Pass is caught and to the 20 and spinning away briefly and down to the 17. And that was Rinaldi. You can probably tell that Rinaldi is Rizzo's favorite receiver, and it is another first down. And in the Bitech, actually outside the Bitech green zone, timeout is called with 4 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, as you were talking about the connection there that there is between Rizzo and Rinaldi. Rinaldi coming into this one almost 800 yards on the season on 45 receptions and 13 touchdowns. So it shows the very talented receiver has put up some excellent stats this year.
We're brought to you by West End Salvage in Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage in Lancaster. Also, Hauser's Auto Repair of Potosi, locally owned and operated, covering all your auto repair needs. Visit Hauser's Auto Repair in Potosi. With over 125 years of experience serving our customers' needs, the Benton State Bank and its branches, Shullsburg Community Bank, and the Tennyson Potosi Community Bank have built a reputation of putting the customer and community first. 4 seconds left in the first half. The ball is at the 18-yard line, just in the Bitech green zone, or Greater Wave Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. I think this is going to the end zone. With 4 seconds left, 12-0 Potosi Cassville. And back to pass is Rizzo, throws over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. And the clock has run out in the first half. Sliding catch attempted inside the 10-yard line, but completion not made. And our score at the half: Potosi Cassville 12, Kenosha St. Joseph nothing. And we'll be back to Madison after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. Carey seamless gutters and overhead doors on 97.7 Country WGLR and the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and McNett Electric. 12-0. Potosi Cassville the lead over Kenosha St. Joseph. And we're brought to you by Cassville BP Convenience Store. They'd like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. They remind you to shop local this holiday season. Cassville BP Convenience Store. And Cruisin' Kids and Walkers in Lancaster would like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. And they remind you to shop local this holiday season. Cruisin' Kids and Walkers Clothing and Shoes in Lancaster. 12-0. Potosi Cassville over Kenosha St. Joseph at the half. Peterson Agency halftime report after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR. it turns out that turning on the microphone is helpful to actually be able to be heard. Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. 97.7 Country WGLR and on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and by McNett Electric. It is 12-0. Potosi Cassville over Kenosha St. Joseph at the half. And time now for the Peterson Agency halftime report, presented by the Peterson Agency in Argyle. Brian Peterson specializes in farm, home, auto, and umbrella policies. Any field goals made in the game today, by the way, presented by Sloan Implement, your local John Deere dealer. Sloan Implement, helping you reach your field goals with new and used equipment along with parts and service. See Sloan Implement in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, Lanark, Illinois, perhaps someplace else I'll be driving past tomorrow, and at Sloans.com. Well, there have been 2 scores. There's really only been 1 scoring drive in this game, but there's been a couple of pretty epic drives. One, of course, the first drive of the game by the Chieftains, got the ball from their 40 down to the 1, but they were unable to score because it was 4th and goal at the 10, and they got 9 yards on a pass. But the Chieftains then got a stop at the 28-yard line on an incomplete pass on 4th and 13. They took over at the 28, needed 7 plays to go 72 yards. It took 3 minutes, and 23 seconds. It was Rivers Sarr, a 43-yard touchdown run, burst right up the middle. The attempt at the Point and Flesh Sportsman's Club extra point was wide to the left. Potosi Cassville up 6-0 with 3:43 remaining in the first half. After that, that's when it got weird because the Chieftains got a stop. It was 4th down at a yard to go, and it was 4th down at a yard to go at the Kenosha St. Joseph 40-yard line. They called a timeout. They decided to pooch punt, and it went as badly as possible, a 2-yard loss on the pooch punt. It hit the punter, who's also the quarterback, Rizzo. He hit his own player, one of his linemen, and so ends up losing 2 yards, and Potosi Cassville went for the kill and got it with Connor Spitzak, a 39-yard touchdown catch from Dawson Weber. The 2-point run was short, and that's where we are right now, 12-0 Potosi Cassville over Kenosha St. Joseph at the half.
Yeah, after a slow start for both teams, it looks like Kenosha St. Joseph was maybe going to figure things out as they were able to have that sustained drive where they started on the 1-foot line. But then since then, it's been Potosi Cassville, and the thing that I've noticed is they've been able to find success in both the pass game and the rush game. I kind of wondered what direction they were going to go in at the start of the game, but it's been both directions that have been working. We saw that big run that they were able to break out for the first touchdown, and then the completion to Spitzak for the second touchdown. And for Kenosha St. Joseph, it's level 4. You've got to clean up those little plays like that pooch punt that was a failure. You're playing a team like Potosi Cassville. They're going to capitalize at this point. You aren't going to have many chances to rectify those plays.
It's a sure different feeling being up 2 scores than 1.
Yeah, that a big advantage for Potosi Cassville, especially considering they're going to get the ball next. They have scored now. They scored on their last drive. They'll look to make that another drive in a row there, but that advantage is just huge for Potosi Cassville.
On the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Again, the winner of this game plays either Edgar or Boyceville, and at the half, Edgar 8, Boyceville 7. And where's that game? Chippewa Falls, I believe that is. Meanwhile, in Wisconsin Dells, Stratford leads Prairie du Chien 14-13 at the half. That is on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. The winner of that game plays Lemira or Belleville, and it's Lemira 16, Belleville nothing at the half, and they're playing in Oconomowoc.
Yeah, very interesting scores that we've got there, and going down the line on some of those, Edgar, they were at state last year, won the championship in this division, obviously, and a slight lead in that one, and then another one of the biggest matches, one of the most exciting matches in the state in any division this week. Stratford and Prairie du Chien rather, and Prairie du Chien did lead for a chunk of that second quarter before Stratford put up that second touchdown to take the 1-point lead. And now Lomira, they've got a lead looking to end Belleville's run.
12-0 Potosi Cassville over Kenosha St. Joseph at the half. More of the Peterson Agency halftime report after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR. Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. On 97.7 Country WGLR and the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and McNett Electric. 12-0 Potosi Cassville over Kenosha St. Joseph at the half. It is time now for the halftime fix, which is presented by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville. Stop in and see what they're fixing for you. I got to figure out when they're doing the bluegill tacos again, but that's a future problem. But the Chieftains, they haven't thrown the ball much, but it's been effective. Well, they got a touchdown out of it. So what do you think the Chieftains have to keep doing or doing?
Well, in terms of what they need to keep doing, they can't fully abandon the run game, and I think that's something that Coach Siegert knows, that
they will never fully abandon the run game.
Their offense runs on the run. They need to keep it up. They've had some success with it, and the better they're able to do in that, the more opportunities they're going to have in the pass game, which is something we saw in one of their last drives. And in terms of what a fix might be at the half is some of those pass routes that we've seen to the outside and some of those hitch routes from Kenosha St. Joseph that have given them some success offensively. The limited success that they've seen, they need to be able to lock those down. That's something they got better at as the half progressed, but just nitpicking because it's been a really good half for Potosi Cassville.
Kenosha St. Joseph has another problem. The passing was working and then suddenly it wasn't. They have one play that just was a disaster, basically, the pooch punt, which led directly to the Chieftains' next score. They're a very effective running team, but the later it gets, I don't know that you're going to be able to run very often.
Right. At the beginning of this half, I think it would be smart for Kenosha St. Joseph to look for Kenesee in the run game, especially considering how strong of a runner he is. See if you can get some jet motion, bounce him to the outside, and see where you can get him in space, because I think that's where he's going to be the most successful. And if you're going to look to the pass game, they're good in the pass game, but their play calls haven't been diverse enough, I don't think. So they need to look for some other route options, then those short routes to the sideline to get the ball in the air, and I think they could see a little more success in that respect.
12-0 Potosi Cassville leads Kenosha St. Joseph at the half. Second half, somebody's last half for the season after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR. Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Family Dental, Carey Seamless Gutters over at doors on 97.7 Country WGLR and the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty in Lancaster and Fenimore and McNett Electric in Belmont. 12-0. Potosi, Cassville in front. We're brought to you by Pizzeria Uno, the Annex, and the Back Bar. Southwest Wisconsin's favorite way to celebrate is pizza and drinks at Pizzeria Uno and the Annex in Platteville. Seems like I just was there.
What's your pizza order?
All-American, whole wheat crust, a la mode, extra sauce. Now,
you go.
did I not tell you that was good?
It's pretty good. The world-famous Steve Prestigard's pizza order at Uno's. There you have it, folks.
That's only been the case for like 35 years. The Back Nine Golf Simulator in Platteville. You can play Augusta right here at home. Find the Back Nine on Facebook for details. The Back Nine Golf Simulator, Business 151 in Platteville. Epic Construction. See Epic Construction for industrial commercial building projects. Epic Construction, building quality, building trust, building a difference. At Okies Market in Cassville, check out Okies, your local Surefine food center, where they'll carry out your groceries to Okies Market in Cassville. You know, this extra page I printed, apparently today, is most annoying because it's blank. Live Feed Service, Cassville, Platteville, and Potosi. Call on Dan, Perry, and the gang at Live Feed for your on-the-farm animal nutrition needs. Live Feed Service, Cassville, Platteville, and Potosi. The Meat Shop in Lancaster features premium 2K Angus beef and locally raised Wolf Farms pork. That sounds really good right now. Order your prime rib, ham, or fresh turkey. Perfect for the holidays. Check out their lunch specials Tuesday through Friday. The Meat Shop on the square, just off the square in Lancaster, just north of the square in Lancaster. Seals Heating and Cooling is your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schneider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Seals Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington, and Platteville. Anderson Rubber Toyota Dubuque Power Guard Audio Stream. Anderson Rubber Toyota Dubuque. When you are ready. And Community First Bank for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com member FDIC. I think this is a huge drive for both of these teams, really.
Yes.
Drive that the Chieftains will be getting the kickoff.
Potosi Cassville could really extend their lead on this one. And for Kenosha St. Joseph, they need a stop followed by a score to get back in this one.
Andres Gomez will kick off. I wonder if they would think about an onside kick here. Well, if they did, they didn't kick it. And so the kick is returned up to the 38-yard line. And that is where things start for the Chieftains, leading 12-0. 6 seconds into quarter number 3. Again, the winner takes on Edgar or Boyceville, and at the half, Edgar leading Boyceville 8-7. First and 10 for the Chieftains, actually spot at the 38-yard line, and a run up the middle to about the 40-yard line. Rivers Saar for 2 yards. He had the long touchdown run. And then, of course, there was the long touchdown pass to Connor Spitzak. Second down, 8 yards to go. After the 2-yard gain, Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 2 receivers to the right, run up the middle, and the pile goes, and is still going down the left sideline and a first down. What a run!
Yeah, what a strong run that was, too, to bounce off a couple tackles and find space on the outside, outrunning the linebacker, chasing him down. And now already Potosi Cassville is into Lancer territory.
First supply, first down. That was like taking everybody with him down to the 43. of Kenosha St. Joseph. Receiver goes out to the right side, wing back on the left, and two other running backs. And here's Haas around the left side and trying to pick his way through. And did the ball pop out? Apparently, if it did, he was down, and the clock is wound up. It's no gain. Second down, 10 yards to go. And it was fumbled, but it was recovered by the Chieftains, fortunately. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. Pros of Brian's get the job done right for unexpected dings or major repair projects. Head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Back at the 43. Second down, 10 yards to go. And another run up the middle and down to about the 40-yard line. It's like this massive line ends up going like 3 yards.
Where the fullback goes, the line will follow.
Yes, definitely. So the 3-yard gain down to the 40. It's third down, 7 yards to go. 9:45 left in the third. Third down, 7 yards to go. Two receivers go to the right. And a wingback also on the right. And here's the pitch to the wingback around the right side. Haas to the 35. Haas is out of bounds at the 33-yard line and has the first supply, or does he have the first supply first down? It's very close if he doesn't. And the sticks have not moved. Now they have. First supply, first down.
And on that one, I think we can chalk up a lot of that one to the execution of Dawson Weber. That's a tough pitch play to make to the wingback as he's in motion. That one hits him right in the numbers, and he's able to focus on the run where he's able to move the chains.
First down and 10 from the Lancers' 33-yard line. Up the middle, Rivers Sard. He gets pushed back immediately. And that's a loss. Well, it depends where they spot it, obviously. And Sar actually gained, or actually a loss back to the 37-yard line, 4 yards. Second down, no, it wasn't. It was a gain of 1. Look at the line, look at the wrong yard line. Second down, 9 yards to go. You prefer a yard gain to a 4-yard loss, right?
You'd think so.
Two receivers to the right. And a keeper for Weber around the right side to the 30, trying to find somebody, tries to pick up a block, gets to the 30, and that's it. A gain of 2. And the St. Joseph's fans to our right and down, they're really wound up. They're trying to exhort their defense. They have to know that giving up a third score is not a good thing for St. Joseph.
Yeah, anything Kenosha St. Joseph can do, they're going to need 1, maybe 2 big stops here if they want to get the ball back.
The ball is at the 29-yard line. It is third down, 6 yards to go. And a run around the right side down to the 28-yard line. Only a yard there for Rivers Sar. And it's fourth down, 5 yards to go with 7:43 left in the third. And the Chieftains trying to add to their 12-0 lead. What do you do here on 4th and 5? They need to get to the 23-yard line. Receiver goes out wide to the left. And another receiver in the slot over on the left side. And Weber on play action. And Weber rolls to the right and in trouble and goes down back at the 32.
Yeah, kind of a tough situation for Weber there. He really only had 2 or 3 receivers to work with, and they were all to the left of the line of scrimmage. So as he's trying to evade the defense, forced to roll out right, no one there, and nothing else he can do but fall to the turf.
So the St. Joseph's defense holds, and the Lancers take over at their 32, first and 10, 7-11 remaining in the third. 12-0 Potosi Cassville. We're brought to you by Russell Law Offices, here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Law Offices. Well, now it's the defense's turn for Potosi Cassville. 1st and 10 to the 32. Near side hash mark. Kuiper goes in motion, and it's a counter to Hennessy, and the ball pops loose, and the Chieftains get the ball back. Hennessy fumbles, and the Chieftains get it back immediately. And it is recovered at the 32-yard line, right where the ball was, right where the line of scrimmage was. So the Chieftains defense comes up with the Lancaster Dental and Fenimore Smiles turnover and takes over with 7:01 remaining in the third, leading 12-0. At a first down carry and down to the 30, and then popping out briefly out to the 28-yard line. And getting up is Rivers Saar. Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 yards to go at the 28. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in a Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. 2nd and 6 from the 28-yard line. Run around the right side for Saar, and picking his way down to the 21-yard line. Excuse me, that was Joe Haas. And Haas gets the first supply first down to the 21.
Haas comes into the game with over 1,000 rushing yards on the season, and it shows there. Finds the gap, cuts right, then quick juke back left to find some space and move the chains, knocking on the door of the Bitech green zone.
1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Receiver out to the left, 2 running backs, and running around. It's a fake, actually, and Weber throws, and the pass is caught. It's a touchdown! What a fake and what a pass! Joe Haas!
And we are watching an offensive masterclass from Dawson Weber tonight. No one's open on the left side, so what did he do? Roll out to the right side, and on that one there for Kenosha St. Joseph, the defensive back, Berkeley Kuiper, wasn't looking for where the football was. Haas is open, has enough space, and he hauls it in for 6, and there's the 3-possession lead.
18-0 Potosi Cassville with 5:45 remaining in the third quarter. That was a scoring drive of 4 plays to go 32 yards, all set up by the fumble recovery, and now they will go for 1. They'll try the extra point. Aaron Edge, Dawson Weber the holder, Isaiah Groom the long snapper. They pick it up, and here's Weber rolling to the right, looking and throwing, and the pass incomplete. So they tried the fake. That worked against Cochran Fountain City, but not here. And so it is 18-0 Potosi Cassville over Kenosha St. Joseph. 5:45 remaining in the third. Back after this on 97.7 Country WGLR. 18-0. Potosi Cassville leads Kenosha St. Joseph. 5:45 left in the third. Short kickoff, and the return up across the 40 and still going up to about the 45 or 46-yard line. And so good, reasonably good field position for the Lancers after the return by Jack Schmitz, but they got a problem, major problem right now, being down 18-0.
And this is one thing you talked about, Steve. Now you've got to think in a situation like this, Kenosha St. Joseph might opt to go towards the pass game more because they've got to pick up some serious yardage and start putting points on the board to even think about getting back in this one.
This is a team that had 4 consecutive shutouts coming into this game, but so far they have been shut out. 1st and 10, or did he actually, they gave him a yard.
The throw there as Tennessee was starting to get a little space open past the 35-yard line, but it's still good for a gain of about 2 for the Lancers.
2nd down and 8 yards to go from the 48, 4:50 remaining in the third. 2 receivers are on the left side and 2 to the right, and 1 running back, and Rizzo to pass, and throws it deep over the middle. The pass incomplete at the 30, and a flag is down. Where's the, well, I guess that's pass interference. I'm not quite sure where that was. And it is 15 yards and a first supply of first down via the Pink's Automotive penalty for the Lancers, and the ball will be spotted down at the 37-yard line. Not sure where that was, but oh well. 1st and 10 from the Chieftains' 37-yard line. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Tennessee is the running back next to Rizzo, and Rizzo back to pass. And has time and throws over the middle. Pass is caught and going down at the 17-yard line. And it's a first down to Boyle.
Looks like the defender kind of tripped on that one a little bit, and that gave some open space to the receiver.
And so it's a first down at the 18. First supply, first down, and into the Bitech green zone, a Greener Way Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Our QueenB Radio Sports YouTube page, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and McNett Electric. Speaking of which, Tim Slack Auction Realty has buyers looking for agricultural, commercial, and residential properties. If you've been considering selling, call Tim, Kathy, Chase, and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction Realty, Lancaster, and Fenimore. 1st and 10 from about the 17-yard line of Potosi, Cassville. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, and the throw over the middle is incomplete. Whistles stop play anyway. Somebody moved early, I think.
Yeah,
I think he was on the right side, like a receiver perhaps.
Yeah, an official threw a penalty marker and no one else saw it, so that play blown dead due to that Pink's Automotive penalty.
1st and 15. There have not been many penalties in this game. That 15-yard penalty, well, there's also been the unsportsmanlike conduct, so a pair of 15s on Potosi Cassville. And McNett Electric extends their wishes to local athletes as they begin the fall tournament playoffs. Chip and his crew can assist with outdoor outlets, handle water maintenance, as well as other electrical needs, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Call McNett Electric in Belmont. And now clock started, coming down to 4 minutes left in the third.
Time's certainly a factor here, too.
Well, it's starting to get that way. And obviously, as we have seen, the Lancers have basically so far abandoned the pass, or abandoned the run, I should say. 2nd and 10 from the, or 2nd and 15 back of the 22. And under pressure and shoveling it forward. The ball is popped loose, and it goes all the way back to the 40-yard line, where it's recovered by a lineman. Although they call it they call it an incomplete pass. That was weird.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that was legal either.
Yeah, kind of hard to tell from up here. Depends on if the quarterback's arm is coming forward on that one. Pressure was coming from one of those DNs for Potosi Cassville, kind of ripping the quarterback down from his side, and he tries to get it out as he's falling to the ground, and the call on the field is that it was a forwardly thrown ball, incomplete pass.
It was a strangely forward thrown incompletion. 2nd and 15, back at the 22. Back to pass is Rizzo and throws over the middle to the 5-yard line, and the pass is not caught, incomplete. And it's 3rd and 15.
And that's kind of been the route that Rizzo has been looking to find Rinaldi on all night. He really hasn't been there in a lot of situations. The coverage over the middle from the Potosi Cassville defense strong enough to break that connection.
Well, the other thing is I think that the Chieftains know where number 5 is all the time. They've probably figured out from the stats that, hey, maybe we better watch this guy more than anybody else. 3:25 left in the third. 12-0 Potosi Cassville. 18-0 Potosi Cassville. And it's 3rd and 15 back at the 22. Back to pass is Rizzo. Throws over the middle. The pass is caught inside the 10. And down at the 6, Boyle makes the catch in traffic and gets the first down.
Yeah, on that one he needed 15, and he got 16, just enough for a first supply first down there.
Down to the 6. 1st and 10 with 1st and goal at the 6. With 3:16 left in the third. And now the clock runs. 3:05 left in the third.
And now one thing to keep in mind here, the field getting shorter, the passing opportunities fewer.
Still in the pistol, though, is Rizzo with Kenosha next to him. And it's a run around the left side and down to the 5-yard line. And that was a little strange. Who actually ran the ball there? That looks like, oh, it's Kuiper. All right. Kuiper, I think that's only the second time he's actually run the ball today. And he gains a yard down to the 5. Second and goal. From the 5-yard line. Two receivers to the right this time, and rolling out is Rizzo, and looks and throws to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. At the near pylon on the far side. And the catch by Rinaldi, and Kenosha St. Joseph is on the scoreboard. With 2:13 left in the third.
And that's kind of that concept that Kenosha St. Joseph was going to offensively late in the first quarter, early in the second quarter, getting it out to Rinaldi on the outside. Beautiful route there, not a lot of space to go towards the end zone, so get your guy out open in space, and he had just enough distance between him and the defender to reach the ball over the goal line.
Gomez for the extra point. And Rizzo is the holder. Snap, spot, kick. And it is good. The Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point. And our score, Potosi Cassville 18. Kenosha St. Joseph 7. With 2:13 remaining in quarter number 3. That was a scoring drive of 52 yards. In 9 plays, with Rinaldi making the catch. A 5-yard touchdown, and it makes it 18-7. We're brought to you by, who are we brought to you by? We're brought to you by Claire Bank with our 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Pages and Parcels is now open at 101 North Main Street in Potosi. You might know it as the old Bruner's store. This is your new spot for books, unique gifts, and quick pack and ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. Havey's Bar in Tennyson proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team and congratulates them on a great season. Havey's Bar wishes all area student athletes good luck and success this year. Havey's, where good friends gather after the game. The Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Wisconsin leading Arizona 31-22, and juggled ball for a moment, but then caught and down at the 30-yard line on the kickoff. And the far west side fire station's going out to something. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains at the 30-yard line with 2:08 remaining in the third quarter, and the Chieftains leading 18-7. We're brought to you by Tandem Tire in Potosi. Don Hirsch and the Tandem team keep the heartland on the move. For tires and service, call on Tandem Tire in Potosi. First down rush, and not much there, up to the 32-yard line. Joe Haas for a yard. Second down and 9 from the 31-yard line. A minute 46 left in quarter number 3. We're brought to you by Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See your inventory and employment opportunities at ritchiesinc.com. Second down and 9 from the 31. And another run play up the middle, a first down and a whole lot more to the 40, to the 30, and down to the 25-yard line. Rivers Saar, he's been the home run hitter today, and a 44-yard gain for the Chieftains down to the 25-yard line of Kenosha St. Joseph. I'm not sure that the Lancers maybe knew about him coming into this game.
Yeah, what a performance it's been for Saar offensively and defensively. And when Potosi Cassville has needed some extra spark to their run game, he's been able to provide it.
1st and 10 at the Kenosha St. Joseph 25-yard line, and somebody moved early, it appears. Whistle stops play with 52 seconds. And it's another, I think this is the third false start, is it not, on the Chieftains. Back to the 30, 1st and 15. Skyline Homes proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team and the River Ridge Timberwolves, and congratulates them both on a great season. The team at Skyline wishes all the area student athletes good luck and success this year. 1st and 15 back at the 30. Clock running now. 32 seconds left in the third. Receivers left and right. And a run around the right, off right tackle, actually, down to the, down to about the 26-yard line. And River Saar once again. River is, this is such a senior-dominated team. River Saar is a sophomore, though. And the 4-yard gain makes it 2nd and 11, which will be when we return for somebody's last quarter of the football season. After 3, Potosi Cassville 18, Kenosha St. Joseph 7 on 97.7 Country WGLR. We start the fourth quarter. 18-7, run around the left side, and down to about the 12-yard line is Joe Haas, and that will be another First Supply first down.
Another one of those pitch plays to the back on the outside there. It's worth wonder so far for Potosi Cassville, and they'll move the chains on that one.
And another First Supply first down into the Bytech Green Zone, a greener way. Bytech Resource Management of Monroe. Starting the fourth quarter, 18-7, Potosi Cassville, and the Chieftains with the football at the 14-yard line. First down run up the middle, down to the 10-yard line is River Saar. And the carry 4 yards. Second down, 6 yards to go. And we're brought to you by Gerard Abbing of Remax Advantage in Platteville, a proud sponsor of all of our area high school athletes. Whether you're selling a home or buying your new dream home, give Gerard a call today, 608-732-3000. Holiday Gardens is hosting a wonderful community event Wednesday, November 27th, the night before Thanksgiving. Chicken dinner, 4:30 to 6:30, and stay for fun with trivia, all proceeds to local charities. 2nd and 6 from the 10, and another run up the middle, and the pile ends up at about the 6, and it'll be 3rd and 2. And Dawson Weber kept the ball that time. And down to the 6. 3rd down, 2 yards to go for the Chieftains. 10:22 left in the fourth quarter, and Potosi Cassville leading 18-7.
They've been able to turn to Groom in some of these situations tonight. We'll see if that's what they choose to do here.
3rd and 2. And up the middle, and the pile will be near the first down at about the 3. River Saar, and a First Supply first down.
As you mentioned, Saar has been the home run hitter tonight, but it's really his consistency that Potosi Cassville has been able to rely on. You need him to get a chunk of yards, he can do that. You need him to move the chains, he can do that. And now just 2 yards that Potosi Cassville has to go, and they've got 4 tries to do so.
First and goal from the 2. Near side hash mark. Chieftains going right to left in quarter number 4. Whistles will make it first and longer than 2. I think they got another false start. So that makes it first and goal from the 7. And Pine Point Lodge in Potosi get away and enjoy the beauty of Southwest Wisconsin and rent a fully furnished cabin for a night, a week, or even a month. Pine Point Lodge accommodates larger groups and small relaxing escapes. Visit PinePointLodgePotosi.com. First and goal from the 7. And a run up the middle to about the 5-yard line for 2 yards. 2nd and goal. Ellen Equipment. Call Trevor Ellen at Ellen Equipment, Elmdale Road in Potosi, for buying or selling any and all ag implements. Ellen Equipment, Elmdale Road in Potosi. Also brought to you by Phil's Transmission. Stop in and see Lonnie, your local transmission specialist at Phil's Transmission in Potosi. 2nd and goal from the 5. And it's Saar over the left side for a touchdown!
A hat trick there for Saar, his 3rd touchdown.
And River Saar gives the Chieftains the 3-score lead back with 8:46 remaining. The Northland Buildings touchdown makes it 24-7, and that ends up being a 70-yard scoring drive in 11 plays.
They got to give a correction. His 2nd touchdown, nonetheless, very impressive performance for Saar.
Well, I'm sure they'll forgive your numbers. They're going to go for 2 here, and running it around the left side and into the end zone. Guess who?
Does that count?
Well, it's a 2-point run. That's fine. Point and flush extra point. or points in this case, makes it Potosi Cassville 26, Kenosha St. Joseph 7, 8:46 left until a trip 5 miles that way. I checked, that is the mileage. We're brought to you by Moon's Town Pump in Cassville. They'd like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. Moon's Town Pump serving the Little River town of Cassville with their elevated pub food and beverages. Frederick Excavating, put Jason Frederick and the crew to work for you on your next excavation or demolition project. Frederick's Excavating in Potosi. Bumper to Bumper in Lancaster, Boscoville, and Muscadet, making hydraulic hoses and donating 25 cents from each Wix filter purchase to the local FFA. Find your parts on their website or Facebook or stop in. Back Roads Adventures congratulates the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. They wish all area student athletes good luck this season. Back Roads Adventures in Tennyson, providing UTV rentals in Grant County. Worko Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway, visit workotransportation.com. Worko Transportation in Bloomington. Southwest Health is creating a healthier Southwest Wisconsin with family medicine and specialty clinics at their clinic in Platteville and clinics in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Southwest Health offers expert care close to home. To learn more, visit southwesthealth.org. Here is the kickoff. And it ends up going out of bounds. So the should have the football at the 35-yard line. Royal Bank is your community partner. To learn more about personal, business, and agriculture services, stop by one of their local branches or visit royalbank-usa.com. Royal Bank, your truly local community partner. And the spot in Cassville, located near the boat ramp by Riverside Park, now serving a pancake breakfast special every Saturday 8 to noon. The spot in Cassville mentioned this ad for a free coffee or fountain beverage with purchase. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. 8:46 remaining, 26-7. Potosi Cassville back to passes. Rizzo on first down to the left side. Pass is caught, and the first down up to the 32, and a big hit there right at the 32. Rinaldi makes the catch and pays for it, but it is a first down all the way down to the Potosi Cassville 48. For spring 2025, the staff helps individuals establish a student success plan to make sure all students succeed. Visit swtc.edu/apply. Southwest Tech, education is unique as you. Pass is incomplete. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Have to wonder how much voice I'm going to have for tomorrow at this rate, because we have more football tomorrow. We will have Galena and Leroy in the quarterfinals in IHSA Class 1A, 12:30 tomorrow afternoon on Super Hits 106. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd and 10 from the Chieftains 48. Rizzo to pass and throws it over the middle, and the pass is almost intercepted and around the 35-yard line. The pass incomplete, and it's 3rd and 10 from the 48. And Driftless Coffee in Cassville would like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. They remind you to explore Cassville for the holidays. Driftless Coffee Company in Cassville.
These drop passes on this drive becoming a big thing for Kenosha St. Joseph. They've had a lot of catchable balls that their receivers haven't been able to haul in. Now it's 3rd and 10.
At the 48, back to pass is Rizzo. And with time, throws it over the middle, and a sliding catch there by Boyle. And Boyle's catch down to the 36. And that will bring up 4th down. And 2 yards to go. Or they got the first down? Yes. That's because I can't read my own writing. I was at the 48, not the 44. At the 36, 1st and 10. And Rizzo throws to the left side. And the pass incomplete. Rinaldi, the intended receiver. He's had a tough night, although he does have the 1 touchdown.
He's had a lot of targets, and on that one, the pass just too high as he's trying to turn around and locate that one, kind of looking at a weird angle, can't jump up high enough to grab that one out of the air.
First Supply of Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right on 2nd and 10, and Rizzo throws to the right side. Pass is caught, but hit immediately as Falk to the 31-yard line for 5.
And if you're watching us on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, you saw Boyle tell Falk, get up, get to the line of scrimmage. They know they've got to hurry up. Only 7:30 left on this clock, down by 19.
Although, as you say that, they huddle, which is kind of counter to what you just said, but yeah, they do need to hurry, obviously. They do have all 3 timeouts left, but the bigger issue is they're down 3 scores. 3rd and 5, Rizzo under pressure, rolls to the left, looks and throws to the left side. The catch is made, and that'll be a first down near the 10-yard line. Rinaldi had to run around, got open, and gets the First Supply first down to the 12.
Great find there. Rolling out on the play for the quarterback there, Rizzo. Pressure was coming in too on that play from Saar, the linebacker. Starts to rush the quarterback once he finds that space to his left, but he finds the open man. And now inside the 15-yard line is Kenosha St. Joseph.
At the 11-yard line in the Bitech green zone or greener wave, Bitech Resource Management Monroe, 24-7 Potosi Cassville. And Rizzo throws to the end zone, and the pass is caught for the touchdown. And it's Boyle making the catch. And that makes it 26-13 with a second shy of 7 minutes left. And they were able to move the ball 65 yards in 8 plays. And it took just a minute 47 to make it 26-13.
And he really was wide open on that play. Busted coverage, no one there for Potosi Cassville to even contest that one right in the middle of the end zone.
They will go for 2 because that would mean that a touchdown and 2 and field goal would tie the game. And Rizzo fakes, runs to the right, and throws to the end zone, and the pass is caught for 2. And it's Boyle again making the catch, and that makes it 26-15 on the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point. 26-15, and not to sound ominous, but there's a lot of time left.
There is, especially considering that Kenosha St. Joseph, as you mentioned, has all 3 of their timeouts. Now likely not going to use them on this defensive stand, but Potosi Cassville, what they need to look to do on offense here is not necessarily focus on running the clock out, but stick to the run game, see what you can do there first, something they've been able to do with much success this half specifically.
We're brought to you by Northland Buildings. For a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland, contact Joe Ryder, your local expert at quality Northland post frame buildings. West End Salvage in Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz of the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage in Lancaster. Hauser's Auto Repair in Potosi, locally owned and operated, covering all your auto repair needs. Visit Hauser's Auto Repair in Potosi. With over 125 years of experience serving our customers' needs, the Benton State Bank and its branches, Shullsburg Community Bank and Tennyson Potosi Community Bank, have built a reputation of putting the customer and community first. Cassville BP Convenience Store would like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. They remind you to shop local this holiday season. Cassville BP Convenience Store. I have to think, and Potosi Cassville seems to think, this could be an onside kick. With a second shy of 7 minutes left, it's a 2-score game, 26-15 Chieftains. And instead they kick it away, and the ball goes out of bounds. And so the Chieftains will take over at their 35-yard line. And the math basically is this. If you run the ball 3 times, don't gain a single yard, you burn 2 minutes off the clock. That's assuming there are no timeouts, obviously. And we're brought to you by Cruisin' Kids and Walkers in Lancaster. They'd like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. They remind you to shop local this holiday season. Cruisin' Kids and Walkers clothing on the square in Lancaster.
And whatever way you spin it here, with the time, the score, the bottom line for Kenosha St. Joseph is there can be no mistakes.
First down, and the pile up to the 39-yard line. Well, that applies to the Chieftains, too. You don't want to end up coughing the ball up. Rivers Sar for 4 yards to the 39-yard line. Second down, 6 yards to go. Coming up, we're brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line. And Dawson Weber in no hurry. And the handoff to Haas. And Haas gets hit in the backfield and loses yards back to the 36. And they'll bring up 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
That's that outside motion to Haas that we've seen not so much in the second half, mostly in the first half. And not a lot of success for him on that play as he's dropped for a loss.
Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneville, Darlington, and Lancaster. See your inventory and employment opportunities at Ritchie's Implement, ritchiesinc.com. Tandem Tire of Potosi, Don Hirsch and the Tandem team keep the heartland on the move. For tires and service, call on Tandem Tire in Potosi. 5:30 left in the 4th. 26-15, Potosi Cassville run up the middle and fighting for the first down, but he will be short, but not that short, up to the 44. And try to see who that is. He's at the very bottom of the pile. Joe Haas.
On that play, you saw Kenosha St. Joseph trying to make a bunch of last-minute adjustments defensively, and Potosi Cassville snapping that ball, trying to catch them off guard before they're fully set on defense, and it pays off there. The simple run play up the middle, now it's just 4th and 2.
Except that I'm certain that this is a punt. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, you'd think they would punt it here and make Kenosha use time to drive, but here we are, 4th and 2.
4th and 2 at the Chieftains' 43-yard line, and problem on the snap, and trying to get the first down. They're not going to get it. And so that ends up being no gain. Well, that's interesting.
Kind of a broken play all around, and the way that I interpret that is it looks for a second like Potosi Cassville's going out there trying to get Kenosha St. Joseph to jump. And when the nose tackle jumps for Kenosha St. Joseph, the center snaps the ball, and the question is, was Weber ready for the snap? And when the ball was snapped, did it hit the ground? Did anyone pick it up? But regardless, it's 1st down and 10 for the Lancers inside of Potosi Cassville territory.
1st and 10 at the 43 to be precise. 4:26 left in the 4th. 26-15. Potosi Cassville back to pass is Rizzo, and the pass is broken up and almost picked off at about the 35-yard line, 2nd and 10.
And making the play there, the man with the club, Kieler Hefty, popping that one up in the air, but no one there to finish the play.
And it looks like we might have an injured player down there. It is one of the Chieftains. We're not able to see who, so we will take a timeout. 4:22. Actually, I think we're going to keep it here and tell you that we're brought to you by Haviland Heating and Cooling in Hazel Green, your local Carrier dealer, with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haviland, Haviland Heating and Cooling. Gerard Abbing of Remax Advantage in Platteville, proud sponsor of all our area high school athletes. Whether you're selling a home or buying your new dream home, give Gerard a call today, 608-732-3700. $3,000. Skyline Homes proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team and the River Ridge Timberwolves and congratulates them both on a great season. The team at Skyline wishes all the area student athletes good luck and success this year. Pages and Parcels is now open at 101 North Main Street in Potosi. You might know it as the old Brother Store. This is your new spot for books, unique gifts, and quick pack and ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. And the injured player is River Saar. He is taken off. Havy's Bar in Tennyson proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team and congratulates them on a great season this year. Havy's Bar wishes all area student athletes good luck and success this year. Havy's, where good friends gather after the game. 26-15, Potosi Cassville, 4:22 left in the fourth quarter. It's second down and 10 yards to go from the Chieftains' 43-yard line. Kenosha St. Joseph not going away quietly. Back to pass is Rizzo. Throws over the middle, and the catch is made or not. It is complete. Down to the 26, but a penalty marker. Pink's Automotive penalty for holding, says referee Matthew Ganinin. So that wipes out a first down pass.
Officials down on the field right now sorting this one out, and that kind of a late flag came in on the near side as we see it, and as you see it on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, and now backing up Kenosha St. Joseph. That flag came in right as the ball got out, and that play did take a long time to develop, so the penalty called on that one of the few penalties of the night on the Lancers, but a big one.
Holiday Gardens is hosting a wonderful community event Wednesday, November 27th, the night before Thanksgiving. Enjoy a chicken dinner from 4:30 to 6:30 and stay for fun with trivia. All proceeds go to local charities. The penalty pushes the Lancers back to their 48. Second down, 20 yards to go. 4 receivers, 2 each side. 1 running back, and now Kenosha goes in motion. Back to passes Rizzo. Throws to the left side, and the pass incomplete. At the 45, Kenosha was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 20 back at the 48.
Big play coming up here, 3rd down and 20. And we know that Kenosha St. Joseph has the ability to convert on some of these big plays, and they're going to need to tap into that here.
We're brought to you by Haverland Heating and Cooling in Hazel Green, your local Carrier dealer with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haverland, Haverland Heating and Cooling. 3rd and 20 back at the Lancers 48. Again, Kenosha in motion. Back to passes Rizzo, and he throws over the middle, and the pass is caught at the 39-yard line, 38-yard line by Boyle, and it will be 4th down and 5 yards to go, or 4 yards to go.
Big play coming up here. They do pick up a significant chunk, 16 of the yards they needed there over the middle, and Kenosha St. Joseph breaking the huddle here under 3:30 to play.
This might be it if the Lancers don't convert. 4th and 4. Back to pass Rizzo. Throws left side. Passes caught, and no, it's not caught.
He drops it.
At the 29. And the Chieftains will take over with 3:10 remaining and a 26-15 lead.
It was a good play design, it was a good throw, and it was really good coverage from Potosi Cassville. That little bit of disruption those defensive backs brought causes the incompletion and gets the ball back to the PC offense.
Well, at this point now, they got to call their time. They got to use their timeouts. They have all 3 of them. Really no choice. Chieftains get a first down, though. That might finish things off. Chieftains take over at their 37-yard line, 1st and 10, leading 26-15. A run up the middle to about the 41-yard line for about 3 yards, or a 46-yard line.
That was Haas on the run.
You know, there was a song by that name back in 1975. Oh, wait, it was Fox on the Run, not Haas on the Run. My bad. And everybody who knows that song is groaning right now listening. And the Lancers call a timeout. Lancers do not call a timeout.
Kind of interesting, as you mentioned. You'd think they would, but the clock still continues to run.
As it's coming down to 2:26 left in the fourth. And a keeper for Weber, and Weber up across the 45 and all the way to the 47-yard line, and he might have the first down.
And a penalty marker flies in late, as we also got a timeout on the far side. So a lot of action here to sort out. Interesting decision for Coach Rizzo to not call a timeout after the first down play, but then to call one now, and we'll see what this Pink's Automotive penalty marker is for. It was thrown kind of where there was a mass of players from both sides after the play was over, well after it was over, in fact.
Well, Pine Point Lodge in Potosi. Get away and enjoy the beauty of Southwest Wisconsin. Rent a fully furnished cabin for a night, a week, or even a month. Pine Point Lodge accommodates large groups and small relaxing escapes. Visit PinePointLodgePotosi.com. That's an unsportsmanlike conduct on
Kenosha
St. Joseph. And with 2:12 left, it is a first down, and that's probably it.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, you talked about how there can't be any mistakes. That's especially true for Kenosha St. Joseph, and that one, a huge mistake. It's 1st and 10 for Potosi Cassville with 2:12 to go, and it's looking like they'll be making another trip to Madison next week.
Well, what's your Thursday look like?
Gotta be free to cover this team.
1st and goal, or 1st and 10, excuse me. Keeper for Weber around the left side to the 30, and he goes down, stays in bounds at the 27-yard line.
And Potosi Cassville continuing to fight. Another strong run on that play, as we've seen throughout this drive. And it's going to be about 2nd and 1 here after that run.
Clock not stopping. 1:50 remaining. We're brought to you by Ellen Equipment. Call Trevor Ellen at Ellen Equipment, Elmdale Road, Potosi, for buying or selling any and all ag implements. Ellen Equipment, Elmdale Road, Potosi. At the 29-yard line, 2nd down and a yard to go. And a run stuffed up the middle. I think he got the first down there. And now a timeout is called. No game. There will be 3rd down. Kenosha St. Joseph calls their last timeout with 1:20 remaining. Potosi Cassville 26, Kenosha St. Joseph 15. And we're brought to you by Southwest Health, creating a healthier Southwest Wisconsin with family medicine and specialty services available at their clinic at Platteville and clinics in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Southwest Health offers expert care close to home. To learn more, visit southwesthealth.org. Phil's Transmission. Stop in and see Lonnie, your local transmission specialist, at Phil's Transmission in Potosi. Worko Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Say to, a playoff football game, visit workotransportation.com. Worko Transportation Bloomington. I say that because there's a bus right over there that says Worko on it. Backroads Adventures congratulates the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. Wishes all area student athletes good luck this season. Backroads Adventures Tennyson, providing UTV rentals in Grant County. It is 2nd and 1 from the 29-yard line. Or 3rd and 1, actually, for the 29. And a run around the right side. That will get the first down. And that will finish things off with 1:15 remaining.
Yeah, if it wasn't final already, it is now. Potosi Cassville is going to come back to Madison next week. They're going to play for a state championship.
All they need to do is snap it a couple of times. 1:03 remaining. The clock is running. And we're brought to you by Bumper to Bumper in Lancaster, Boscoville, and Muscadet, making hydraulic hoses and donating 25 cents from each Wix filter purchase to the local FFA. Find your parts on their website or Facebook or stop in. Frederick Excavating in Potosi. Put Jason Frederick and the crew to work for you in your next excavation or demolition project. Frederick Excavating in Potosi. There's the snap and the down. 35 seconds left. Maybe one more snap. They'll probably take a snap inside 25 to make sure. Or maybe they don't need a snap. And, well, the last time Potosi went to state was 2012, their only time. The last time Cassville went to state was 93. But the clock running out, and for the first time in the co-op program history, Potosi Cassville is going to state. The final score, Potosi Cassville 26, Kenosha St. Joseph 15, the number one ranked Chieftains 13-0. And we're going to have to find a place to park on Thursday.
We sure are. And start to finish, what a performance it was for Potosi Cassville, really embodying the season that it's been for this team. They've been able to do the little things. They've been able to control the game. And now they earned themselves a trip to Madison and a chance to win a state championship next week.
26-15, Potosi Cassville wins over Kenosha St. Joseph to go to state. They will play Birchwood or Edgar in the state Division 7 championship game. Thursday at 10, we'll be on the air sometime after 9 o'clock on 97.7 Country WGLR. And we'll be back with more from Madison on 97.7 Country WGLR. Well, how about that? Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of that's tomorrow. WIAA playoff football, that's tonight. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. On 97.7 Country WGLR and the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered for the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and McNett Electric. 26-15, Potosi Cassville gets its ticket punched for its first trip to state in the co-op program history. And before we head to our break, we should probably throw in the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Edgar 21, Boyceville 20 with 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Also, Stratford leading Prairie du Chien 26-25, 43 seconds left, and that is on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. But here, 26-15, the Chieftains' first trip to state as a co-op program, and we are brought to you by Moon's Town Pump in Cassville. They would like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. Moon's Town Pump serving the little river town of Cassville where their elevated pub food and beverages. Royal Bank is your community partner. To learn more about personal business and agriculture services, stop by one of their local branches or visit royalbank-usa.com. Royal Bank, your truly local community partner. Our game today also brought to you by The Spot in Cassville, located near the boat ramp by Riverside Park, now serving a pancake breakfast special every Saturday 8 to noon. The spot in Cassville mentioned this for a free coffee or fountain beverage with purchase. They were now going to give medals. You get medals for going to state. And we're brought to you by Southwest Tech and Fenimore. Apply now for spring 2025. The staff helps individuals establish a student success plan to make sure all students succeed. Visit swtc.edu/apply. Southwest Tech education is unique as you. And brought to you by Driftless Coffee Company in Cassville. They'd like to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season, and they remind you to explore Cassville for the holidays. Driftless Coffee Company in Cassville. And they are now, let us see what they are doing now. Well, the whole Chieftains team is down in front of their bench. They're hugging and congratulating each other. There's some media down there, of course. And over on the other side, the dejected Kenosha St. Joseph Lancers. They still had a great season, 10-3 now. But their season ends short of state. And I got to believe Kenosha St. Joseph is like, do we have to play another Southwest Wisconsin team? Because they've had their season end 3 years in a row. Darlington 2 years ago, Lancaster this year, and now Potosi Cassville.
Yeah, it's been a tough one. And you've got to say, really a fantastic season for Kenosha St. Joseph. And Potosi Cassville just had what it took to take down the Lancers. The Lancers have not scored up to this point in the postseason. The Lancers have not allowed another team to score, I should say, against them in the postseason. But tonight, they do. Potosi Cassville puts up 26 on them, and another very impressive performance as Potosi Cassville through 4 levels has survived the playoff gauntlet.
Well, you think about it, they made the big, they didn't let down after they went all the way to the 1 and didn't score. They got a touchdown off a turnover. They got a drive for a touchdown. And the players are going to go to midfield. And they get individual medals, I believe. We're brought to you, by the way, by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional friendly service. I think that's how it works. And then there is a plaque. And so that is it right there, as the Chieftains celebrate going to state. 26-15. Chieftains beat Kenosha St. Joseph 13-0 in what has to be about the most difficult, for a number 1 ranked team, most difficult trip through to the playoffs. But they're headed to Madison. Well, we're in Madison, but they're headed to the big stadium on Monroe Street.
Yeah, and you think about the season that it's been for Potosi Cassville and how we got to this point. This was not a season where Potosi Cassville played a cupcake schedule, had a really favorable playoff run, and makes their way to state. They make a statement throughout the year. They take on Cuba City and Richland Center, 2 upper conference teams and one of the best teams in D6 in the non-conference. In their conference season, they play in one of the toughest conferences in Southwest Wisconsin, one of the toughest Division 7 conferences in the entire state. And to get to that point throughout that conference season, they have to take on top 10 teams in River Ridge and Black Hawk Warren, not playing for the conference championship until week 9. Then what happens? The very next week, they have to play Black Hawk Warren again. They have to travel, being the number 1 team in the state in the rankings for level 2, and then play another 6 Rivers game, a rematch against River Ridge in level 3, and then play a number 1 seed in Kenosha St. Joseph in level 4. So it has not been easy, but Potosi Cassville has made it look easy. They play the part. They are a very, very good football team and have a lot going their way next week.
Apparently it's a final. Edgar a winner over Boyceville 21-20. And so Edgar will be going for its 2nd consecutive state championship, and Potosi Cassville will be going for its first. 10 o'clock Thursday at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll have it for you on 97.7 Country WGLR. And we will be back with more from Madison Memorial 26-15. Potosi Cassville beats Kenosha St. Joseph to go to state. More after this on 97.7 Country WGLR. All right. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, presented on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. by Tim Slack Auction Realty and McNett Electric, and on 97.7 Country WGLR. I think that's everything. It is not everything for the Potosi Cassville season, however, because the Chieftains have one more game to play.
Yeah.
On Thursday, Potosi Cassville beats Kenosha St. Joseph 26-15, and so the Chieftains will play Edgar in the Division 7 championship game at 10 o'clock on Thursday. We'll have it for you starting sometime after 9 on 97.7 Country WGLR.
Yeah, and that's one really important thing that I feel like you said is one more game. Something unique about football is at the state tournament, no semifinal. That was tonight, just the state final. So this team knows going into practice over the next week, in a short week at that, playing the game one day earlier than usual, it is their final game. They can just leave it all out on the field one more time with a chance to bring a gold ball home to Potosi and Cassville.
That is correct. Chieftains got the score, got their first score with 3:43 left in the first half, 7 plays, 72 yards, starting after a stop on 4th and 13 at their 28-yard line, and it was River Sar for 43 yards and a touchdown to make it 6-0 after the missed Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point. After that, well, this might be a candidate for the Tricorps turning point. The botched pooch punt, which went backwards 2 yards, and the Chieftains got it at the Kenosha St. Joseph 39. All it took was one pass to Connor Spitzak from Dawson Weber. They made it 12-0. That was the halftime score. And the Chieftains also, they did not get a score on their first possession of the second half, but got the ball right back after a fumble recovery, and they needed just 3 plays to go 32 yards, with a touchdown pass to Joe Haas, 21 yards. That made it 18-0. And a couple of scores. Chieftains ended up getting River Sar with a 5-yard touchdown run. A couple of scores by Kenosha St. Joseph. That's how it ends up, with the Chieftains getting their ticket punched to state for the first time, 26-15.
Yeah, really overall, and you talked about the Tricorps turning point in this one. There were a lot of pivotal plays, and in a lot of those plays, Potosi Cassville was able to capitalize. A couple big plays they were able to break off that we really didn't see from Kenosha St. Joseph. You had that turnover, the fumble, and then the pooch kick that went for negative yardage. It was just a couple of those plays that went Potosi Cassville's way, and then they were able to keep that up, but even the ability to sustain drives. One thing you talk about, too, that first drive of the game, solid sustained drive. They did not score on that drive, but they built some precedent for what we saw throughout the rest of the game. Just a well-played football game by Potosi Cassville.
Well, let's get to those things then, as you point out. The drive of the game is presented by Les Mack Chevy Downtown, Les Mack Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and Les Mack Ford, Highway 61 North in Lancaster. Custom order your new vehicle today from Les Mack. We always get more from Les.
I've got to go with the final touchdown drive for Potosi Cassville, because a lot of the scores that they put up either came on explosive plays, came off of turnovers, or things like that. But it really was that last drive, when it looked like Kenosha St. Joseph had some life left in them, that they were able to put together a sustained drive. Work the ball down the field.
11 plays, 70 yards, started at the end of the third, went to the fourth.
Yes. Work their way down the field, punch it in, and then really seal it up, or at least close that door most of the way on Kenosha St. Joseph. I think that's my choice for tonight's drive of the game.
It's time now to name the West End Salvage Scrapper of the game. It's the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste. Presented by West End Salvage in Lancaster.
Well, I look at a couple different guys when I think of that. You think of River Sar right away. Very good game running. He had 2 touchdowns. He had a 2-point conversion and a lot of big plays defensively. Dawson Weber, the quarterback, does not mind to put his body on the line. If he's keeping it on a running play, he's willing to take some hits instead of having to slide down. And I mean, you take a look down this, I feel like you've also got to say just the line. The play at the line is always so solid for Potosi Cassville, as it was this week, and that's where their control of the game starts. One thing that I notice about watching this football team is how they're able to control a football game, and that's really who it runs through.
I hope somebody's trying to get up here instead of going to the locker room, but I'm not sure we're going to get anybody up here. But I might as well tell you also the Tricor Turning Point presented by Tricor Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today.
My Tricor Turning Point is going to be early in the third quarter. Potosi Cassville does not convert on fourth down. On the very next play, Kenosha St. Joseph fumbles the ball, and I believe you said 3 plays later it was Potosi Cassville on a beautiful play that is going to be on our subs.com highlight reel next week, where Weber has nobody, spins around and rolls out the other way, and falling away finds a man in the end zone for a touchdown. And it was that third touchdown, I think, that was really the turning point and gave the clear advantage on the scoreboard to Potosi Cassville.
Well, I would say my Tricor Turning Point was the pooch punt that went the wrong direction.
Yeah,
because I mean, talk about a momentum swing. It's only 6-0, and you're thinking, are they going to go for the first down route? They were trying to pooch punt it, but it ended up going backwards 2 yards, and the Chieftains immediately pounced on it, got the touchdown pass, and now all of a sudden, instead of 6-0, it's 12-0, and your feeling at the half is totally different. 1 score versus 2 up.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one too, and I think it just goes to show, and for all intents and purposes, it's not going to go down in the box score as 1, but that pooch punt was basically a turnover for Kenosha St. Joseph, and those turnovers in games like this are key to who's going to come out on top. And early in the game, if you can get ahead in the turnover differential, that's big, and that's going to put you ahead in the momentum column and on the scoreboard.
Potosi Cassville goes to state 26-15 over Kenosha St. Joseph, and the Chieftains will play Edgar, which knocked off Boyceville 21-20. So the Edgar going for its second consecutive state title. Chieftains going for its first. We'll see you after 9 o'clock on Thursday on 97.7 Country WGLR. We will be back to wrap this up. Tell you what else is going on, because there are other things going on. All that after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country WGLR and the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel powered for the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and McNett Electric. 26-15, Potosi Cassville playing its first state game next Thursday at 10 o'clock against Edgar, and we'll have that for you sometime after 9 o'clock on Thursday on 97.7 Country WGLR. And Kenosha St. Joseph's season ends at 10-3. And did we ever get a final from Stratford?
Yes, Stratford did score in the final minute on the shoebox scoreboard to take down Prairie du Chien 26-25.
Well, And so that ends the season of the Blackhawks, which was, they had a great season, but they are not moving on. And the defending state, well, I guess they are last year's Division 6 champions. They will now go for the Division 5 title coming up on Thursday it'll be Thursday at 4 o'clock. So we have time to figure this out. We know where we're going to be, but before all of that, we know that we've got more football coming up. Tomorrow, we have in Illinois, we have the IHSA 1A quarterfinal, Galena at Leroy at 12:30 Saturday afternoon on Super Hits 106. Then the Badgers, also 5 miles up the road, playing number 1 ranked Oregon, 4:30 on 97.7 Country WGLR. Sunday, Packers and Da Bears at 10 on 97.7 Country WGLR. Tuesday, believe it or not, girls basketball. Darlington is Shullsburg at 7 on Extreme 107.1 in the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. And basketball at Potosi Cassville at 7 on 97.7 Country WGLR in the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. And then Thursday, the WIAA Division 7 Championship, Potosi Cassville and Edgar, 9-ish on 97.7 Country WGLR. Well, they're all going where it's warmer, so we will tell you that R.J. Osterhaus is our sports director, Rob Spangler is our program director, Tyler Dictatis is our digital program director, Johnny Page is our chief engineer. Thanks to Tim Richardson and the staff at Masson Memorial High School. A great place you got here. Thanks to our sponsors who allow us to bring this game to you, and thank you for joining us. Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors is a QueenB Radio Sports presentation on 97.7 Country WGLR Lancaster. Potosi Cassville beats Kenosha St. Joseph 26-15, and the Chieftains play Edgar in the State Division 7 Championship Thursday morning at 10, which we'll have for you here on 97.7 Country WGLR. Good job, Matthew. You got it set up, even missing a part that somebody was supposed to bring and didn't.
You know, it's all right. Always a pleasure, even when the football game is as good as it is. And before we sign off, we've got some player post-game interviews to do.
Oh, yes, they are coming up here, so don't go away, folks. We thought we were going off the air, but now we're not. And a bunch of tired guys, but very happy guys, obviously. And let's bring on first Dawson Weber as the quarterback. And again, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're doing something that Potosi hasn't done since 2012.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guess you were, what, 6 years old approximately?
Probably around there, 6, 7, yeah.
And so, first off, how's it feel to go to state?
Feels really excited. I don't believe we did it yet. You know, it hasn't really hit me.
Oh, you'll learn it. You'll figure it out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How this kind of game? You know, the thing that came to mind about this game was that Potosi Cassville had to have played the hardest path to get to this level because you played 3 ranked teams, 25-5 were their records and all of that, and yet you were obviously more than equal to the challenge tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough path getting there, but you know, tough game just gets you stronger, I guess. You know.
All right, we are also joined, by the way. We are also joined by. Got this right, Aiden Uppedout. Yes. Well, welcome to the state tournament coming up on Thursday. How's it feel to be going to state?
Like Dawson said, I kind of can't believe it. This is where we want to be.
Yep. Well, what was this game like? I mean, as far as we were kind of questioning, you know, has Kenosha St. Joseph seen a team that plays as physical as your typical Six Rivers team? And it seemed as though you were able to move the ball pretty well on the ground, for one thing.
Yeah, they were very physical. I mean, and playing on the turf is a little different too. You know, got some turf burn here and there. But
well,
especially-
it gets your. Oh, you did. Wow,
Yeah.
that left me. Well, I guess we're what your day to day for that for Thursday.
Yeah. Well,
You'll be there
I'll be
Thursday.
there. It doesn't hurt right now.
Yeah. Well, so the other thing, of course, is you're probably not used to seeing a team that threw the ball as much as they did, and of course, you kind of forced them to do that because, So how was that as a defensive situation?
It was kind of something we struggled with the whole year. Like, we're better, I'd say we're a run defense, and they kind of seen that weakness, I guess you'd call it, and really hit us there, I'd say. But I think we stuck there good and really did what we needed to do still with our pass defense.
And I think that part of it is, for our scouting report, I think Mr. Seegert said 75 run, 25 pass.
Yeah.
So we thought they're going to run more than they did.
Well, but you really took them out of it, and it really felt like the turning point was kind of right at the end of the first half when they had the pooch punt that went horribly wrong, and you guys punched it right away and got the score. That was huge.
Yeah, it was really big. Like, a lot of guys of us getting going really put a kick in our butt that we just gotta keep going and we'll seal the deal.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing, of course, was you had a drive at the start of the second half, didn't score, but then you got the ball right back and you were able to score right after that. That was huge for you guys too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I did recover that fumble, but I just saw it on the ground and jumped on it.
Yeah. So what do you think this is going to be like? This is something that Potosi's done once. Cassville did a few times back when they were still playing individually. What is this experience going to be like this week?
It's going to be real fun. I know everybody's proud of each other, and it's just going to be a fun week.
Yeah, this is the first time in history that Potosi Cassville together has
right. Yeah. And the other thing, of course, is you guys really did represent the Six Rivers nicely, and I'm trying to remember what the list is. Well, Potosi in 2012, Blackhawk in 2013, Schultzburg in 2016, Blackhawk in 17 and 18, Blackhawk Warren in 19, and then Blackhawk Warren last year, and now you guys are going to state. So Six Rivers stands up, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think a lot of us felt like, I don't know, we deserved a 1 seed. We all thought that we earned that 1 seed.
Everybody thought you deserved a 1 seed.
Yeah, and I thought that the Six Rivers got screwed on that deal with Blackhawk and Ridge also getting lower seeds.
Yeah. Yeah, but did it, in a sense, did that hard playoff road really prepare you guys for this?
I would say so.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, congratulations again. It's a great accomplishment. Have fun, and have fun on Thursday in Madison. Assuming we find a parking place, we'll be there.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, congratulations. Aiden Uppa, Dawson Weber, Potosi Cassville, the winner tonight, 26-15, and the Chieftains go to state for the first time as a co-op team. And now I think, Matthew, it's time to wrap it up because there's nobody else coming, right?
I think that'll do it.
All right. Again, WIAA Playoff, Grant Regional Health Center and People State Bank coverage of WIAA Playoff Football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors is a QueenB Radio Sports presentation on 97.7 Country WGLR. Lancaster 26-15. Potosi Cassville beats Kenosha St. Joseph. The Chieftains will play Edgar in the state championship in Division 7 Thursday morning at 10 at Camp Randall Stadium. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth for Matthew Gedinin, I'm Steve Prestegard. 97.7 Country Nights is next. Congratulations to the Chieftains. We'll see you for more playoff football tomorrow.